What's going on, folks? And thank you for tuning in with me to another edition of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. This is episode number 565 on this Baller Friday edition of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. I hope you're hype. I know I am. All right, episode number 565 for all the folks that are keeping track. And before we get into anything else, I'd like to ask everybody to please spread it around like wildfire and let everybody know that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house. And once again, we are live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 6:30 p.m., all right? 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Texas Time, right here on the official website of the True Capitalist Radio. And you can type this in your browser. It's very, very easy. Ghost.report. All right? I mean, you couldn't get any easier than that, baby. Spread it around like wildfire. Ghost.report. You add that to your bookmarks and your favorites, baby. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we are here live, 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. This is May 11, 2018, and I do want to remind everybody that while on Ghost Report, even though we may not be live, we will be putting the previous broadcast to simultaneously auto-stream for 24 hours a day. So you can either download it in the archive, which is also available at ghost.report, or you can hear it stream on the stream that you're witnessing and listening live right now. You can listen to it on there as well, folks. I mean, we're trying to give people a whole bunch of methods to keep up with the show, all right? We independent now, baby. We independent now. And before we get into anything else, I want to remind everybody, please follow me on my only social media presence on the internet right now, and that's at Gab, baby. All right, the last bastion of freedom of speech on the internet today, and you can get there by typing in your browser gab.ai. All right, gab.ai, and you can follow me on that social media under the name Politics Ghost. All right, all one word, no underscores. Politics Ghost is the name to follow. Anyway, folks, it's Baller Friday, and I've already broken into Grandpa's old cough medicine. All right, I've got me some love on the rocks, because it's Baller Friday. And for you folks that are tuning in and asking, what the hell is a Baller Friday? It's that day of the week in which capitalists look upon the past week's success, their labor, their sweat, and they bask in their success. They bask in their labor. You understand? Because you deserve it, and you should participate in your favorite vice, whether it's an alcoholic beverage, whether it's a bowl of ice cream or a whole pie in one fork. Regardless of what it is, if you're a capitalist and you make your own money, then by God, you deserve it, baby. And this goes to cheers to everybody out there who's a true capitalist. Cheers to the individual worker out there that's busting their ass, baby. All right? Cheers, baby, cheers. Love on the rocks. Please excuse me, I have to do that. Anyway, we got a lot of things to go through today, man, so I want to go ahead and go through them on this Baller Friday. A lot of serious issues, of course. This is a business, political show, so we're going to get right into it, and I know that everybody's wondering right now, what the hell is going on in the crypto markets? Well, folks, what did I tell you? I said that people need to keep track of the market capitalization of the entire market. And I've been noticing that there's been a new normalcy for the past several weeks at $415 billion. Well, last night, the Inner Circle, the True Capitalist Radio chat room, myself, we were all observing what was going to happen if it reached that $415 billion mark. Now, at first, once it hit that $415 billion mark, it popped back up a few billion. But folks, once it broke that $415 billion mark, which we have been, like I said, knowing as the new normalcy, that's when we're seeing a major contraction. All right? And that's what we're seeing right now. major contraction. The current market capitalization on this Baller Friday, May 11th, 2018, $385 billion market capitalization. Now, of course, that erases a lot of the gains that people have been gaining up to this point, but I always suggest that even though you're seeing a contraction of this capacity, this is not bad news. This means that it's time to buy, baby. You understand what I'm saying? It's time to buy. So as a result, I would strongly advise people that have been on the sidelines, folks, this is the perfect time to start considering putting in some damn crypto in your portfolio if you have not done so already. It's buying season. Buy low, sell high. And as I suggested, folks, we're at $385 billion, $400 billion in a cumulative market capitalization for the entire market. This is just a scratch on the surface. As I suggested many times before, you take a look at the stock market, it's over 30 trillion, all right, with a T, $30 trillion in market capitalization, and that's just the compilation of owning little pieces of companies, corporations. This, and as I've stated time and time again, is currency. It's currency. And this is what makes this dynamic completely new. That's why not even the so-called big financial guys really truly know how to react to this. Have you seen the traditional business media, for Christ's sake? They don't know what the hell they're talking about. They don't know their ass from their elbow when it comes to cryptocurrency. They're still talking about Ripple, for heaven's sake. You understand, folks. You folks that have been listening to me for a long time, you know that the value in cryptocurrency is the technology. And I hope everybody that has been listening to me understands this, and I hope they understand this and make sure that they go on a long-term investment strategy when going into crypto in this capacity, all right? So once again, we are seeing a mass contraction after the $415 billion normalcy of the entire cryptocurrency market. Let's take a few. I don't want to go too much into these cryptos because pretty much everything is in the red, with the exception of a few, which we will cover. But I don't want to rub it in everybody's face. Everybody is looking at their crypto portfolios today and is saying, ugh. So, with that being said, let's just take a look at some of the big guys. Bitcoin, obviously, we have to look at. BTC. Current market cap is $144 billion market cap. The current circulating supply, once again, it's 17 million in circulation. In the past 24 hours, it has gone down 6.58%. The current price for Bitcoin, symbol BTC, is $8,464.33 per Bitcoin. Let's take a look at Ethereum, ETH. The current market capitalization is $67 billion. The current circulating supply is 99 million in circulation for ETH. In the past 24 hours, it has gone down 6.59%. The current price for ETH, Ethereum, $683.59 per Ethereum. Let's go to Bitcoin Cash because it took it on the teeth. People were going to take profits when they saw the market contract. And once again, why do we see these massive contractions? I hate to repeat this garbage over and over and over again, but the majority of this market is comprised of a bunch of neckbeards, dorks, and computer nerds that truly don't understand the fundamentals of investing. They don't understand finance. They don't understand this crap. And once they see some kind of contraction like this, the first reaction of these damn dorks is, oh my God, it's contracting. Oh, we gotta sell now. Oh my God, we gotta move it into tether. We gotta do this. Oh, just shut up, man. I have always said, ever since the first show of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast, that long-term investment reigns supreme. Long-term investment reigns supreme unless you're invested in some kind of a scam or in some kind of a piece of garbage stock that is just going to take your money and run, or a crypto that's going to take your money and run. Long-term investment reigns supreme, folks. All right? Anyway, before I get on a soliloquy, let's just go ahead and run through a couple of these cryptos so we can move on. Bitcoin Cash, symbol BCH. Current market cap is $23 billion. Current circulating supply is 17 million. In the past 24 hours, Bitcoin Cash has gone down 10.49%? Are you shitting me? 10.49%. Current price for Bitcoin Cash, 3,000. What the hell am I talking about? $1,381.16. I'm sorry. I'm anticipating taking another drink of this scotch, so maybe my brain is a little discombobulated. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for stumbling and mumbling over my own tongue like I'm an autistic basket case. Anyway, let's continue going. Let's go to Litecoin. You know my feelings about Charlie Lee. You know my feelings about this coin. Let's just go ahead and cover it and get over it. Litecoin, symbol LTC, market capitalization is at $7.7 billion in market capitalization. The circulating supply is $56 million in circulation. In the past 24 hours, Litecoin has gone down 8.43%. Current price for Litecoin, symbol LTC, $137.81 per Litecoin, all right? Let's go ahead and continue to take a look at Monero, symbol XMR, folks, and this was running. What do I tell you about Monero? It likes to run. It is a pattern and swing trader's play, and it certainly ran down today. Let's just go ahead and take a look at it. Monero is, market capitalization is $3.2 billion market cap. The current circulating supply is 16 million in circulation. In the past 24 hours, Monero has gone down 8.53%. The current price for Monero, $200.51 per Monero. Let's get to Dash, folks. Everything's taking it on the teeth out here. We've got Dash. All right, current market cap is $3.1 billion for Dash. That's symbol DASH. The current circulating supply is 8 million for Dash. 8 million in circulation. In the past 24 hours, it has gone down 6.82%. Jesus Christ, everything's taken in the teeth. The current price for Dash, $395.57 per Dash. Good God. Let's take a look at a little bit of good news. Remember, I've been talking about Icon recently, symbol ICX. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. Current market cap is $1.5 billion market capitalization. The current circulating supply is 387 million in circulation. In the past 24 hours, it's one of the few that's in the green. It is up 1.32% in a 24-hour period. The current price for Icon, symbol ICX, $3.99. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at Quantum, which is a position that I'm holding the majority of my crypto portfolio in. This is definitely a long-term play. You can definitely see that a lot of the investors took freaking profits. Where they put it, who knows? But I think it's a buy all day long on Quantum, folks, and it's a hold. And you know, the beautiful part about Quantum is it's a proof of stake coin, man. So if you purchase a pretty decent amount of Quantum, all you've got to do is hold it in your Quantum Core wallet and stake your coins, and it's like you get a dividend of more Quantum for staking your Quantum coin. So it encourages the investor in this coin to hold and not necessarily circulate the Quantum currency. There's a lot of things I like about Quantum. It blows Ethereum smart contract technology out of the water. There's a lot of things that I like about this. And right now it's conquering the markets of Asia. It is now barely getting into the realm of the Arab and Muslim market. Believe it or not, they are the ones behind Halal Coin. And I know that sounds like a joke to many, but Patrick Dye and his team, I don't think they're stupid, man. I think that they're ahead of the game. And if you're going to be investing in something in the long term, if you're going to be thinking about something that could be potentially the cryptocurrency of the world, of the future, I mean, like I said in the last show, an ex-Goldman Sachs executive suggested that not only is there going to be a global currency, but it will be a cryptocurrency. So with that being said, I'm just looking at Quantum based on the technology. That's all I'm looking at, and that's where the value is. That's where the value is. QTUM. QTUM is the symbol. Current market capitalization is $1.3 $1.4 billion market capitalization. The current circulating supply is 88 million in circulation. Now, man, in the past 24 hours, Quantum has taken it on the teeth. It is down 13.31% in a 24-hour period. I mean, good God! But that means buy as far as I'm concerned, baby. Anyway, current price for Quantum, symbol QTUM, $16.30 per Quantum. Let's go ahead and continue to Zcash, folks. That's ZEC, the symbol. Once again, there's a lot of privacy. This is a privacy coin. You've got JP Morgan invested in this coin. This is a low circulated coin, etc. I like Zcash. ZEC. Current market capitalization is 930 million in market capitalization. In circulating supply, folks, Zcash is only 3.8 million. 3.8 million. In the past 24 hours, it has gone down 10.09%. It's taken it on the teeth like every other crypto. The current price, $238.95 per Zcash. Now, I'm going to end it with a few of these here. Now, I want to go to Augur. Now, you know I've covered Augur in the past. You know that one of the QRC20 tokens that has been airdropped and developed, which is a quantum token, a quantum coin-based token. It is called Bodhi, symbol BOT. It not only does what Augur does, but also does what Augur's competitor, Genosis, GNO, does in one blockchain application, and that's BOT. You see, that's why I'm telling you, Quantum, I am a big buyer on Quantum for a lot of reasons. On top of, let's just say you're staking your Quantum, and you're getting more Quantum for staking your Quantum, you're also getting these airdrops of new QRC20 tokens that are developed with the Quantum token, and BOT was one of them. Here recently, you could have gotten 4 BOT for every 100 Quantum you were staking in your Quantum Core wallet. Now, the reason I'm bringing BOT up is because, first of all, it's a new coin. Secondly, it's doing exactly what Augur and GNO can do. And I'm just going to tell you right now what Augur's doing, because it's one of the few cryptocurrencies right now in the green. Let's go ahead and take a look at Augur, folks. REP is the symbol. The current market capitalization is 625 million in market capitalization. The current circulating supply is 11 million flat. 11 million flat in circulation. In the past 24 hours, while the whole market is going bloody red, in the past 24 hours, Augur, symbol REP, has gone up 27.05% increase in a 24-hour period. I mean, good God! Anyway, and I know there's Inner Circle members. I own a small portion of Augur, so, you know, it's keeping a little bit of green in our portfolio, to say the least. The current price for Augur, symbol REP, current price is $56.88 per Augur. Per Augur. Anyway, folks, I don't want to continue on. Everything is in the goddamn red. I mean, everybody kind of understands that this is a contraction. Everything's for sale. If you have any liquidity from, you know, the massive increases we've been seeing for the past couple of weeks, parlay them into long-term investments. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what you gotta do, for heaven's sake. I mean, if you're not gonna do it, then I don't know what the hell you're gonna do. Anyway, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the stock market, because what have I said, folks? I am bullish on the stock market throughout the fiscal year of 2018, just merely on the fact of the tax cuts. I mean, whatever corporations paid in 2017, all right, they're not going to pay for, what they paid for in 2016, they're not going to pay for it in 2017, not going to pay for it in 2018. Right now, we are seeing earnings go up, and I suggested earnings were going to go up based on the tax cuts. Because whatever a corporation was making last year, if they just meet what they made last year, they're going to make more money than they did last year just based on the taxes. Last year, I believe the taxes were at, 39%? They are now at 25%, 24%, 23%, something to that capacity. That's 21%. I mean, good God, man. Of course there's going to be better than expected earnings just based upon the tax cuts. And not to mention, I mean, you know that these corporations are going to be reinvesting. They feel the consumer sentiment in the air. They see the economic Make America Great Again policy that's being implemented by the Trump administration. I mean, this is what is going to keep a economy that is budding into a full economy continue to sustain its continuity. Now, with that being said, let's just go ahead and get right to the stock market. Let's go ahead and go with the Dow Jones Industrial. Once again, bullish. Dow Jones Industrial is up today 91.64 points, a percentage increase of 0.37%, closing out the Dow at 24,831.17 points for the Dow Jones Industrial. Now, let me tell you something about the stock market this week. This is the highest week in gains in the past 2 months. Highest week in gains in the past 2 months. So it's been a very good week in the stock market as it pertains for the past couple of months. And as I stated, I was bullish on this son of a bitch. I hope that y'all listen. Let's go ahead and take a look at the S&P 500. The S&P 500 is up 4.65 points, a percentage increase of 0.17%, closing out the S&P at 2,727.72 points for the S&P 500. We've got the NASDAQ. It closed on the downside, and it's probably because of some of these tech stocks. What did I tell you about tech stocks? Remember, I always talk garbage about Snapchat and about how are they going to really sustain a profit? How are they even going to make a profit with this social media malarkey as the basis of their business model? Give me a break. And anybody who bought that IPO, you're an idiot. Anyway, NASDAQ is down 2.09 points, a percentage decrease of 0.03%, closing out the NASDAQ at 7,402.88 points for the NASDAQ composite. So, a pretty good day on the markets with the exception for the NASDAQ, which comprises the majority of the tech stocks. Let's go ahead and take a look at commodities. Energy, folks. What have I told you about gas prices? What have I told you about these oil prices? What have I been saying? What have I been saying? I'm just saying. What have I been saying? I'm just saying. Even though WTI seems to be leveling out at about $70, I mean, you guys are reflecting that. I mean, you're seeing that, I should say, at the pumps. I know you are. I know I am. And we've got to keep an eye on this particular oil price. Because lest we forget, it's not like we have not seen $120 barrel, $130 barrels of oil before. We have. I mean, we can go back to 2011, 2010 for those prices. And it can be that again, especially with all the turmoil in the Middle East. We've got the situation with Israel and Iran. You know, I mean, there's just a bunch of stuff going on that people really need to pay attention to. And listen, if you want to make a play on oil, as I've suggested, you know, take a look at an ETF that climbs with the increase of whether WTI sweet crude or Brent. And that's a way to make a play on the increase because, baby, you know this is going to at least hit $100 a barrel. And, you know, the cool part about it is this time around, we are actually producing oil. I'm talking about the United States of America. We're actually producing oil now. So our country will actually be benefiting from selling the $120 barrel oil if it gets there through profits. So that's another play to think about in the future, folks. I'm shooting pearls here. I'm shooting pearls to you people. I'm telling you, a way to capitalize on this oil increase, ETF that rises with the increase of oil, and potentially making a goddamn play at some of these major oil companies, baby. Because they're the ones that are going to benefit from the increase in price of the barrel of oil. You know it and I know it. I'm talking about, Exxon and BP and all these other oil companies out here, they're going to be profiting generously if they're not already doing so now. So that's why I keep telling you folks that listen to this broadcast, especially during the first financial hour, I'm giving people out millions of dollars of information. It's up to you to take the initiative to go out and act on some of these plays. All right? You're the individual. It's your choice. It's your decision. That's the essence of capitalism. Capitalism is the essence of freedom, and it's up to you how successful you want to be. It's up to you how much money you want to make. It's up to you how much material that you want to accumulate. Capitalism is the essence of freedom, but it's up to you. And if you're not going to do a goddamn thing, then capitalism isn't going to do a goddamn thing for you. Do you understand me? If you're not going to do a goddamn thing for capitalism, then capitalism isn't going to do a goddamn thing for you. And that's why we have so much people mesmerized by this political romanticism of communism and socialism. These idiots believe that they can do absolutely nothing, produce nothing, do nothing, inspire nobody, teach nobody anything, just be insignificant eaters, useless eaters that turn perfectly good food into shit. And you know, I've said this before and I'll say it again, at least the shit that those people take, they have more of a contribution than those gas bags, those meat bags' lives. Because at least shit fertilizes the earth. It vegetates the ground. It creates new life, for Christ's sake. And that's why I'm saying, folks, for you folks that are not going to take any initiative for yourselves and just going to be there and mooch off mommy, mooch off daddy, mooch off your granny, whoever the hell is sustaining your fucking pathetic, useless life, you are the problem in our society today. People who think that, oh, I'm born in this earth, so I'm automatically entitled to a living. I'm automatically entitled to a house, a car, food, clothing, going out to the club, and all this other stuff. But you see, folks, we are producing way too many of these entitled assholes. And at this point in time, I am calling on all capitalists to start recognizing that you, as an individual, as someone who embraces capitalism to make their lives better, you are better than the average loser that does absolutely fucking nothing. And you have to know that. You all have to know that. If you're making your own damn money, then you are better than the person that's just sitting on their fat fucking jelly ass with their hand out expecting something. You have to know this. You have to know this. Capitalists are better than those with their hands out bitching and moaning. You know, I don't mean to go off on a rant, but let's just take a case in point. Y'all remember Hurricane Katrina? Y'all remember New Orleans? What happened in New Orleans? People were bitching and moaning at George W. Bush because he didn't do anything. Well, what were those folks doing out there in the Superdome? They were just there bitching and moaning about, man, look at us, man, we out here, ain't nobody doing nothing for nobody, man. The fucking George Bush, the fuck your problem, man? Ain't nobody, we out here in Katrina, New Orleans, man. Remember all those media spots and all that B-roll footage? Come on, Bush, man, come on, man. Now compare that to the hurricane that recently hit Houston, Texas. And listen, the reason I'm bringing this up is because I take this to heart. Y'all remember before the hurricane was about to hit Houston, all over liberal social media, liberals were begging that it killed massive amounts of Texans and right-wingers and people who voted for Trump. I mean, this is how vile these people were, okay? This is how vile these people were. And you know, the second the goddamn hurricane stopped, you know what every Houston Texan, every Texan that was out there, you know what they were doing? They were not only helping themselves, all right? Not only are they helping themselves, they were helping other fucking Texans. They were even helping National Guard troops. They were helping military that were moving in their vehicles in there. Everybody was helping themselves rebuild. You had independent business owners protecting their businesses. You had people protecting their neighborhoods. I mean, this is what America is all about. This is what America is all about. Now, that's the difference, folks, between folks out here in Texas, which, let's just be honest, we were built on independence. I mean, that's the essence of our being. That's why everybody in the whole nation knows that Texas is the Lone Star State. We'll go at it alone. We'll do shit alone. We're not afraid of nothing. All right? We're not afraid of anything. That's the difference between Texans that help self-sustain this goddamn state, that make this state beautiful, that understand that, listen, in this goddamn state, we're not going to wait for the federal government. We're not going to wait for Barack Obama or Donald Trump or any federal agency or entity or institution to help us. We help ourselves out of Texas. That's what makes Texas, Texas. And what happened out there in New Orleans for what, was it 5, 6, 7 days? They were just there on the news. Remember they were in front of the Superdome? Like, man, come on, man! Come on, we need something over here, man! Come on, man! And you know what we did as, I guess, the people that were coming together and trying to aid this situation? We took the people from New Orleans and literally just took them out and put them all over the country. And I hate to say it, man, but that didn't do much of good anyway. I think it spread out a lot of crime. Listen, that's a whole other debate. The point I was trying to make is that us in Texas, we're capitalist-minded. We're independent. We don't wait for fucking anything to happen to us. We go out and we make things happen. That's why our state is such badasses. That's why everybody in the fucking union hates us, because nobody has the balls like us Texans out here in the rest of the fucking union. Nobody has the Texas balls. Alright? I mean, you all think you got Texas balls, but every time some kind of natural disaster happens to your state, you people are sitting there waiting for your fucking handout. While us Texans out here, we're helping neighbor, we're helping other Texans. It didn't matter what the racial makeup of people were. We were all helping each other. We were all rebuilding right after the goddamn hurricane, and that's what separates those that are capitalists and those that aren't. That's what separates us all. Anyway, I got off keister, man. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you go off on that soliloquy. I love being a capitalist. That's why I do this broadcast. That's why I've been doing this fucking show for 10 years, for Christ's sake. I'm trying to promote capitalism. And you know how I'm promoting capitalism? I'm showing you how to make money. Jesus fucking Christ, wake up. Anyway, let's get to the goddamn energy. WTI, it's down today, 85 cents, a percentage decrease of 1.19%, closing out WTI at $70.51 per barrel of WTI sweet crude. We've got Brent crude also down today, 35 cents, a percentage decrease of 0.45%, closing out Brent crude at $77.12 per barrel of Brent crude oil. We've got gasoline also down modestly, 0.36%. We've got natural gas up today, 0.81%. And heating oil is down modestly, 0.04%. Let's go ahead and get to the metals, shall we? The metals! Let's get to the goddamn metals! We've got gold down today, $3.90, a percentage decrease of 0.29%, closing out gold at $1,318.40 per troy ounce of gold. We've got silver also down today, 6 cents, a percentage decrease of 0.35%, closing out silver at $16.70 per troy ounce of silver. We've got copper up today modestly. It is up 0.02%. We've got platinum down today, 0.36% on the day. Let's get to agriculture. Let's get to the grains. Corn is down 1.37%. We've got wheat down 1.53%. Oats, man, for all you oat eaters, it is majorly down 3.60%. Rough rice is up 1.04%. Soybean is down 1.76%. Soybean oil is up miraculously. It is up 0.58%. And we've got canola down 0.17%. Let's get to the soft, shall we? Cocoa is up 1.56%. Of course, cocoa being the base for chocolate. Let's get to coffee.
Hey, dude, just don't talk to me. Just don't talk to me unless I have my coffee. Just don't, don't talk to me until I have my coffee. I want my coffee. Give me my coffee.
Shut up, you stupid loser. Freaking fruit bowls in their coffee. Anyway, coffee is down 0.13%. Sugar is down 0.44%. Orange juice, once again, we're seeing massive increases in orange juice. Why? Investors are kind of a little worried about what's going on in Brazil, folks. Brazil is literally lawlessness right now. And for all those folks that don't know, Brazil is the largest producer of oranges in the world. And most investors aren't really sure if they're going to produce the yields, considering they have so much disorder in the country, whether they're going to produce the yields of oranges or not. So it'll be very interesting for all those orange juice drinkers and people who like oranges. Keep an eye out. You're going to see these damn prices go up. Let's go ahead and take a look at cotton. Cotton is up 0.07%. Lumber is up 1.69%. Rubber is down 0.57%, and ethanol is down 0.34%. Let's go ahead and get to livestock, shall we? Live cattle up very modestly today. It is up 0.12%. Cattle feeder is down 0.03%. And like I said, for all you people that are out there, I have to say this. I've got to say it! For all those folks that are out there that see these fat jelly-ass ham bones, I'm talking about these fat, greasy-ass cellulite dripping off their goddamn... You know that area below your gut that either should be your prostate area as a man or your uterus area as a woman? You notice how these big, gigantuan Snorlaxes, that part of their body just puffs out with their gut. Somebody, I think it was somebody in the inner circle, calls that area on a woman, if it pops out, like where their uterus is, you know, where it pops out like a fat puff, it's called a gunt. Now, don't ask me why, I don't know what it is, but that's what he said. All right, anyway, you see these people, they're riding around in their hover-rounds at the supermarket or at the shopping mall. Don't confront these people, all right? All you have to do is just pass by them and say this. All right, it's just as simple as I did. All right? I mean, they will get the message, for Christ's sake. They will get the message. Anyway, lean hog futures, folks, they're down today. If you happen to like a little bit of a ham sandwich, how about a ham sandwich? That's right, Ramadan is coming out, right? Ramadan, and you all know there's going to be a bunch of terrorist attacks during Ramadan, so how about a ham sandwich? Anyway, once again, lean hog is down 2.88%. And that, my friends, is the markets for your ass. All right? Anyway, folks, I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and finish the drink here. I got production notes today for all those that are wondering. Right fucking there. Anyway, we've got a lot to talk about today. All right, and unfortunately, I'm sitting here. I'm watching the True Capitalist Radio chat room. And by the way, for all those folks that want to be a part of the True Capitalist Radio chat room, all you've got to do is go to my Gab right now. It's very easy. Go to my Gab. Check out my Gab. Look at my Gab and hit the subscribe for premium content. All right, hit the subscribe for premium content. And once you do, private message me on Gab and send me your Discord chat name. And once you do, I will make sure to send you an exclusive invitation to the True Capitalist Radio chat room. It's as simple as that, all right? Now, with that being said, I am going to go ahead, I guess, and take some goddamn... Jesus Christ. I guess I'm going to have to take some damn chat room shout-outs. But I'm looking right now, and I'm seeing we're having a problem in the chat room because, you know, folks, this damn show, I don't know what it is about this show and wanting to attract trolls or whatever the case might be. But, you know, we got a couple of tards in here, and unfortunately one of them is, believe it or not, a 15-year-old little pervert. You know, that's what he's known as, the 15-year-old pervert, and now it seems that he's spurging out, he's having an autistic meltdown or something, and it's looking pretty ridiculous in here. Yes, everybody's asking me if I'm seeing this. I'm seeing it. It's ridiculous. I mean, good God. Listen, I'm going to assure everybody that's listening out there to the True Capitalist Radio Show, my chat room is not filled with a bunch of tards, all right? We actually have some very good people in there. We've got some politically minded people in here, people that are down with crypto and all this other stuff. So, I mean, they're just not, it's not all a bunch of tards, all right? Jesus Christ, man. Oh, yeah, and by the way, I know I said that I was going to do something about, say something about the inner circle and how to do that. You know what? We're going to wait on that, man. I'm looking at, there's literally a 15-year-old autistic case spurging out in the chat room right now. And the last thing I need is a couple of these assholes to join the inner circle, all right? I mean, that's what I'm trying to prevent. I want serious investors. I want serious capitalists, man. I mean, everybody in the inner circle, we're taking this shit serious, man. I mean, we got our own symbol. We have our own saying. You know, I mean, I don't want to get into it. I mean, we're making so much money. We're not trolling now. We're making money moves. We're not trolling now. We're making money moves, all right? So with that being said, is everything all right in the chat room? Is everything all right? Good God, man. And look, I've got some people right now signing up, wanting to be a part of the chat room. So before I get to some chat room shout-outs, let me go ahead and invite some of these people that are out here that have signed up for the chat room. All right? All right, with that being said, let's see. Should I even do chat room shout-outs, man? Because the last time I did them, you guys were sons of bitches, to say the least, all right? You guys were goddamn sons of bitches the last time, and I really didn't appreciate it. I didn't like it one goddamn bit. So anyway, let me just have another drink, all right? Let me just have another drink. Love on the rocks because it feels so good. All right, we'll take some chat room shout-outs. Let's see, who do we have here? And listen, the engineer hopefully will be here by next week. I hope so. If not, man, I don't know. And listen, I'm not going to post fucking screenshots of this 15-year-old Spurg session, all right? It was bad enough yesterday. This kid was crying. He was talking about he doesn't know whether he likes traps or not. He was talking about how his dad's a cuck and his mom, like, I don't know what the hell. He was breaking down and literally, I don't even want to fucking talk about this shit. Anyway, listen, all right, let's just take some goddamn chat room shout-outs before this goddamn thing gets out of hand, for heaven's sake. We've got Spectre in the house. What's going on? Tub Guy, Triforce Guy. We've got the Western Australia shooting range. Oh, man, come on. I heard about that horrible mass shooting in Australia, and that's an Australian doing it. That's a fucking Australian. Fucking Aussie shit posters, man, the worst. Aussie shit posters are the worst, man. I'll tell you that right goddamn now. We've got the God of Rage in the house, the Diarrhea Mexican. Oh, Jesus. The 600 Mexican martyrs. Son of a bitch, are you talking about the fucking Alamo? Yeah, I bet you. Come down here to Texas and talk that shit, man. God damn it, you fucking internet people. Bunch of pussies, man. We've got the professor in the house. What's going on with the professor? We got Stagio in the house. Santa sausage for Mrs. Crockett. You mean Santa Anna, you stupid tard? Good God. Learn your fucking Texas history if you're going to be disrespecting and besmirching Texas, boy. We've got Robert Mueller. What the hell's Robert Mueller doing in here? Get out of here! Don't come back unless you've got a subpoena, and when you do, I'm going to take that subpoena and I'm going to wipe my dirty ass with it. Anyway, we got Oy vey shutting Edgar's down. Here we go. Y'all are trying to make me be racist. And oh yeah, by the way, people were kind of emailing me yesterday suggesting that I was very racist by using the N-word, or I'm just going to say it, nigger. And I just want to tell everybody that I was not using that word in a racist or hateful connotation. I was just using that as a way of exemplifying a point. Okay? Now, I just want to remind everybody out there that took offense to me saying that word that, first of all, I am independent now and I can do what I want and say what I want. Secondly, I do want to say that I am not racist in any capacity whatsoever. I mean, people need to realize that I am a melting pot of friendship, and I happen to have a whole bunch of friends that happen to be black, all right? I mean, I don't understand why people think that, just because I happen to use, some word that's supposed to be taboo, some word that's supposed to be so damaging that, I can't hear it, and you gotta be prosecuted for it, and oh my God, I mean, words don't do anything, folks, alright? I mean, can we grow up and be adults? Words are words, man. I mean, it's not inflicting actual physical damage on you. I mean, I'm not racist, man. I'm a melting pot of friendship. I happen to have a whole bunch of friends that happen to be black. I happen to have a whole bunch of friends that happen to be Hispanics. Yeah. I got a bunch of Hispanics friends, man. I happen to have a whole bunch of friends that happen to be Wop, Spick, Guinea, Kraut, Kangaroo Banger, Oriental. I mean, you name it, man. I'm a melting pot of friendship, for Christ's sake, man. I'm a nice guy. I don't know how many times I gotta say it. So, for all you people that are out there that are suggesting that I'm, some grand dragon or something, I am not. I am a pro-free speech advocate, first and foremost, and secondly, I am a melting pot of friendship. And not to mention, now that you people have pissed me off and are, making me say all these freaking racist words and all this other nonsense, it's time, since it is a Baller Friday, it's time to get some more beer! Woo! That's right. That's right. We're getting some beer up in here, baby. All right? You see that? That's what I'm talking about. We're drinking beer over here. We got all kinds of beer. And as a matter of fact, I'm trying to get as much German beer as I possibly can before the goddamn EU starts not sending it or charging embargo up the ass to bring it here or whatever. Whatever. But I like German beers, man, and I'm going to kind of miss them. But you know what? America first. So if I have to give up on the German beverages, I'm going to have to do it. I don't give a shit. You goddamn Eurocucks are really starting to piss me off, to say the least. Yeah, I'm talking to you, you goddamn Eurocucks. You're pissing me off. You're bowing down to kebabs, for Christ's sake. You're bowing down and giving mouth hugs to kebabs. That's what you're doing out there, for Christ's sake. And you're doing it voluntarily, man. You're doing it voluntarily. That's the sickest part about it. You're like, yes, I'm bowing down. I do want to lick the kebab. I do want to eat the kebab. I do want to chew on the kebab. I do want to give mouth hug to the kebab. That's how you Eurocucks are now, man. What the fuck? What the fuck? Never in my wildest nightmares would I see, or would I ever think, that an integral part of Western civilization would be voluntarily bowing down and chewing the goddamn kebab meat bag. I never thought it. Never! Anyway, I'm going to drink some beer here. I want to say, first and foremost, cheers to everybody out there that are listening to the True Capitalist Radio. Please spread this link around like wildfire, folks. We are truly independent radio, and this needs to get around, baby. You are listening to the true internet underground, baby. You can't get any more underground than this. You can't get any more fucking underground than this shit, boy. I'm telling you that right goddamn now. Anyway, I want to say to everybody who's listening in, cheers, happy Baller Friday, cheers to the Capitalist Army, cheers to everybody in the inner circle, baby, cheers to everybody in the inner circle, cheers to everybody in the True Capitalist Radio chat room, and once again, cheers to the modern day George Washington, the greatest American president in American history himself, and I'm talking about Donald Trump, baby. Cheers, baby, cheers. Happy Baller Friday. Good stuff, good stuff. All right, we're going to take a couple more chat room shout-outs, and we'll get to Gab shout-outs. All right, what do we got here? We've got the Okasaurus Norwegian. What's going on in Norwegian? No rules and less niggers for TCR. Shut up! Listen, I didn't mean to say that. Some asshole made me say that. No more Mr. Soy Boy. Hey, no more Mr. Soy. This is the 15-year-old that I'm talking about. This is this 15-year-old autistic case. Listen, man, grow up, okay, kid? Grow up. This kid's got Sonic the Hedgehog as his... I don't want to... Yeah, right away. Some of you people are cringing right when I said Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah, he's one of those Sonic the Hedgehog fans, for fuck's sake. Anyway, who else do we have here? We've got Michael J. Fox and the Gunts. We've got Metaform. We've got Laggett in the house. John McCain's tumor. It's not a tumor. It's not a tumor. And we're going to be talking about John McCain soon enough. We got John McCain in Puddinghead. John McCain Puddinghead, that's pretty funny. Insane, tired of autists. Hey, man, I'm tired of autists too, man, all right? I mean, what did I tell you about these autistic freaks, man? They're shooting people now. Didn't I say that was going to happen? I said that was going to happen years ago. I said they were going to start shooting people. And look at what they're doing. It's ridiculous. And you know... these autists, like this no more soy boy, this little 15-year-old pervert, you know that he actually said that, I'm not worried about what kind of trouble I get into because if I say that I'm autistic, I automatically just get away with it. That's what he said! So this is how autists think. And we're supposed to feel some kind of compassion for this? Huh? We're supposed to feel compassion for this crap? Making me chug my beer, for Christ's sake. Anyway, what else do we got here? We got Hungry for Halal Coin on Ramadan. Yeah, shut up, you idiot. We got Holden Capitalist. We got Hawk Light Milk. We got Ghost Likes MILF Cakes. Look, shut up. Don't kid around about that, you piece of shit. We've got Colbert. Yeah, Colbert, shut up. We got CIA Agent. We got Brodog in the house. Bernie Lemon Party. Anita Dick. Shut up, you asshole! Who told me to say that? Who's the asshole? piece of shit! Who's the asshole that told me to say that crap? Anita Dick. Shut up, asshole! Fucking perverts, man. Look, just because we can say a fuck or a shit every now and then on this goddamn broadcast doesn't mean that you people can be sick-ass perverts! Anyway, ADL is going to shut you down. Yes, shut up. And what's going on to BN King? All right, that's enough of the damn chat room shout-outs. Let's go ahead. Let's try for some Gab shout-outs. And hopefully, just hopefully, we'll have some decent Gab shout-outs to be had out here, all right? Now, if you want a Gab shout-out, all you have to do is go to my Gab right now at Politics Ghost and like the post that says, Happy Baller Friday, True Capitalist Radio is now live. Listen in. All right? All you've got to do is like the first post that states, Happy Baller Friday, True Capitalist Radio is now live. Listen in. And if you like that post, I will give you a Gab shout-out live right here on the broadcast. All right? So let's go ahead and see who we have here. Oh, let me get some more beer here. Let me get some more beer. All right, who do we got here? We've got Spectre in the house. What's going on? Pause Hole Science Theater 3000. Shut up, you stupid idiot. We've got No More Tards. Yeah, you know, we got to do something. The thing is that these people aren't retarded. They're autistic. Retarded people don't want to be known as retarded. Autistic people embrace being autistic, for Christ's sake. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying. Here, hey, for all you autists that are taking offense to what I'm saying,
Oh my God, he's making fun of autism. I can't believe it.
for all you that are taking offense to this, here, take a whiff of this. Suck a fart out of my ass, you stupid dumb autist. You all make me sick. And I'm sure some of you sick-ass, twisted, freaking cartoon fetish perverts are probably like that shit. You're sick. You're all fucking sick. On that note, I need another goddamn beer, for Christ's sake, man. More beer, for Christ's sake, man. More goddamn beer. Jesus Christ, man. Gotta fucking do all this crap, man. These people are pissing me off. It's supposed to be a Baller Friday. I'm supposed to be having at least a decent goddamn time on my show out here for a goddamn Baller Friday, and this is the kind of garbage I'm getting. Why? Because this is the goddamn internet. Why? Because this is the goddamn internet, for Christ's sake. Ugh, damn it. Anyway, we got the green leader in the house. Who the hell else do we have here? Remington in the place. We've got foundations of politics, whatever the hell that means. We've got Cuckett giving Santa Ana BJs for mercy. Shut up! Don't talk about the fucking Texas martyrs. I'm not telling you assholes again. I'm not telling you assholes again, all right? Jesus Christ. Having an affair for cupcakes? No, I'm not. Shut up. I'm not having an affair. Shut up. Outback target practice. Jesus Christ, with that freaking Aussie shooting, man. Come on! Come on! Who the hell else do we have here? We got WA Bullet Buffet, whatever the hell that means. We've got, I'm not saying these sick-ass twisted names, for Christ's sake. There's Billy the Belt Boy. There's, I'm not saying these sick, twisted names, all right? If this is all you've got, well, then I'm going to stop with the freaking Gab shout-outs, for Christ's sake, man. Look at this. A fart smeller BTR? What the hell is that supposed to mean, man? Like y'all want to take a whiff or something? You guys are sick, man. Listen, all right, listen. I've had enough, all right? I've had enough. I mean, man, every time I get to this part of the broadcast, people just piss me off. I mean, people make me jaded to even want to do the rest of the goddamn show. I'm not even kidding. I mean, you guys make me jaded to even want to do the rest of the effing goddamn show. So I'm going to take a fucking drink of my beer, all right? Y'all are just going to sit there and have to listen, for Christ's sake, man. I'm not saying any more of these sick-ass twisted names. All right. I'm going to move on. We are now in the second hour of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. Before we get started on anything else, I'd like to remind everybody to please spread this show link around like wildfire, all right? Let everybody know that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house, and we are live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the official website of the Internet Underground. And type it in your browser right now, add it to your bookmarks, add it to your favorites, ghost.report. All right, it's as simple as that. Type in ghost.report. It is that goddamn simple. We are the underground now, baby! If you're listening to my voice right now, you are the Internet Underground. Always remember that, baby. It's fucking exciting, man! This is fucking exciting! I like it! I like it a lot! Woo! Anyway, let's go ahead and get to the rest of the show. Oh yeah, and before we move on, folks, once again, everybody that's interested in being in the inner circle, I'll talk about, either Saturday or Monday, or you know what, I may do a broadcast on Sunday. I forgot about that. That's right, Sunday is Mother's Day, right? That's right, and I'm supposed to be doing an anti-Mother's Day edition of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. It's a tradition, for Christ's sake. We've done so many of them, we gotta do another one. So I think that's probably what we're gonna do. We're probably gonna do a anti-Mother's Day edition. And for all those folks that are interested in the Inner Circle, maybe I'll make something available at that time, but I've got so much on my plate out here. Freaking independent, baby. This is an independent broadcast right now, baby. You understand that? And I'm staying independent, baby. I got all my windows tinted. If I said it, then I meant it. Yeah! Yeah! Anyway, let me refill this beer, and let's move on with the broadcast. Oh yeah, if you want to be a part of the True Capitalist Radio chat room, I will be in the True Capitalist Radio chat room after this broadcast. If you want to be a part of it, well then, by God, all you have to do is go to my Gab right now, all right? Look at my Gab! Check out my Gab! Politics Ghost is the name on Gab, and all you have to do is hit the subscribe for premium content button. Hit the subscribe for premium content button, and once you do, all you have to do is private message me on Gab and give me your Discord chat name, and I will give you an exclusive invitation to the True Capitalist Radio chat room. It's that simple. We got over 120 people in the True Capitalist Radio chat room right now. What's going on, baby? What's going on? Even though you people are pissing me off, what's going on? Woo! Anyway, let me take some more beer. I'm sorry, I have to chug beers. You people are pissing me off. I almost want to end the broadcast right now. I want to be honest with you. I want to be completely honest with you. I want to end the goddamn broadcast, but I'm going to keep drinking beer, and it'll hopefully offset those those feelings of wanting to goddamn end the broadcast. I'm telling you, there's something in the air out here. A lot of pollen in the air. Is there a lot of pollen where you folks are located at, for Christ's sake? It's ridiculous over here. It's getting into my nostrils. Now, don't accuse me of having any kind of a Jewish-like nose or anything, but it got into my nostrils, all right? So you got to excuse me while I blow my honker here. You got to excuse me while I blow the honker here because there's all kinds of pollen and ragweed and all kinds of crap in the air out here, and it's getting into my nostrils. It's getting into my nostrils. Anyway, let's get to the crux of the show. Let's get to the true political straight dope. Let's get to the underground, all right? Let's talk about the president. And I'm talking about the greatest president in American history, the modern-day George Washington. I'm talking about Donald Trump. This has to be the best week in the Trump presidency, hands down, folks. The best week in the Trump presidency. Aside from him basically orchestrating peace amongst the Koreas. And all the parties involved have given Trump the credit for it. Aside from him bringing those hostages from North Korea. Did y'all see that at about 2 in the morning? Oh man, I was still awake. We were in the True Capitalist Radio chat room. It was a memorable moment. Because as I said before, remember Barack Obama, when he brought in hostages from Iran, he had to pay $1.5 billion in cash to get the hostages from Iran. He paid a ransom. And remember the last guy before that we got? Bergdahl? We traded 4 of the hardest head-cutting jihadis that were in Guantanamo Bay for this sick, deserting traitor, Bergdahl, which is the most sickest, disgusting display that I have ever seen the United States do to capitulate to the enemy. But that's Barack Obama, right? But our president, Donald Trump, gave nothing. He gave absolutely nothing other than diplomacy, other than talks. He gave no money. He gave no guarantees, and yet got Kim Jong-un to give us those 3 United States hostages as a sign of good faith. And that should show everybody that peace through strength is something that is absolutely valid. We already tried to go through your diplomacy and your world apology tour with Barack Obama. I mean, lest we forget, right before Barack Obama was going to leave office, remember we took that trip to Beijing, China? And do y'all remember when China forced the president to come out of the ass of Air Force One? They forced the president to come out of the ass of Air Force One. That just goes to show you that apologizing and showing weakness and showing that America's nothing more than a bunch of cuckboys like the idiots in Europe isn't going to get you anywhere. Peace through strength. That's exactly what the president has displayed in this North Korean situation. And not to mention scrapping the Iranian nuclear deal. He not only triggered the Iranians, he triggered all of the Eurocucks in the EU. I mean, you've got to be kidding me, for Christ's sake, man. All of the Eurocucks in the EU are now having a big problem because the president is no longer obliging this Iranian nuke deal, which was a ridiculous deal to begin with, folks. They are inspecting themselves. It's not even like they're having independent inspectors go into their country where they're suspected of enriching uranium or potentially building nuclear material. They don't even have that as a part of the deal. They're self-inspecting. It's ridiculous. It's stupid. I can't believe we even paid them for this. Lest we forget that Barack Obama gave the Iranians $250 billion of United States taxpayer money so that they could sign this deal. They bribed him. They bribed him to sign a deal where they inspect their fucking selves, man. So I'm glad the president said, you know what, we're not going to oblige this crap anymore. Y'all go screw yourselves. And then aside from that, folks, I mean, to top it all off, the president's poll numbers this week, still around 50%, even amidst the fake news, even amidst the deep state attacks, even amidst the globalist lies, Even amidst everything, the United States American people can read right through the hyperbole, read right through the slanderous lies, and we understand that the president's actions say everything. What the president has enacted into law says everything. His renegotiation of the trade deal say everything. His emphasis on border security says everything. I mean, every law that this man has enacted has been pro-America. And that's why I challenge each and every one of those leftists that are out there that hate this man so bad. What is it that you hate about him? What is it that you hate about this man? Everything that he has passed is pro-America. Everything that he has passed has been done to rebuild America's infrastructure, America's economy, America's pride and integrity again. What is it that you don't like about this president? And if they can't tell you, and they can't articulate their grievance outside of,
oh, well, you know, Donald Trump, he's racist, and he's sexist, and I'm just not going to listen to a racist, sexist man.
All that rhetoric is garbage. It is just absolute garbage. Because if you are going to bypass everything this man has enacted into law, then you don't like this country. Then you hate America. Because I don't understand how you can have any criticism to anything this man has passed into law unless you hate this country. Because everything he's done has been pro-America. So, I'm telling you folks, I'm sick and tired of hearing these leftists continuously slander and bash our president when this guy has risked his family, his wealth, his life, his destiny, his future, just so that he could save this country from the international globalists who are trying to ravage this country as we speak. And lest we forget, their operatives are all in our government right now in Washington, D.C. That's why we are at this point in American history, folks. Why do you think Donald Trump has to be the one to bring up that we have to balance these imbalanced trade deals? Why is it Donald Trump that has to be exposing the government for being a bunch of spendthrifty idiots for nothing, for no reason? Exposing the theft of taxpayer money, exposing the fraud, exposing the overregulation. I mean, this man is pro-America. And as I stated, his approval rating's still at around 50%. The best week in the Donald Trump presidency so far. Now, with all the good news, there's still bad news, folks. Robert Mueller and his special counsel are still shoved up the president's ass. And I can't believe that this man still has the authority to continue to pull off this special counsel. I mean, how much more does it have to expose? How much more needs to be exposed to prove that Robert Mueller is a part of this grand conspiracy in an attempt to not only remove Trump from presidency, we're going to talk about this here in a minute, according to the House Intelligence Committee, thank God for Chairman Devin Nunes, because Devin Nunes, through his investigation and his prying into the Department of Justice and the FBI, he has uncovered that there was a FBI mole, an FBI agent within the Trump administration. Not even the administration. This was in the Trump 2016 campaign. There was an FBI mole in the 2016 Trump campaign. Now, Devin Nunes speculates who it is, but of course the Department of Justice and the FBI refused to give the documentation necessary to show not only who this is, but what the steps were prior to going to the FISA court and asking the FISA court for permission to wiretap a potential presidential candidate. And then a presidential candidate, because what's implicated here as it pertains to Devin Nunes and his uncovering of this FBI mole, back in the 2016 Trump campaign, that this investigation possibly could have went before what we've all been told, that it started around midsummer 2016, early July. Remember, that's what we've been told? Well, according to Nunes's House Intelligence investigation, it seems as if it was possibly happening, the investigation, the mole, the person that was in the campaign of the Trump campaign of 2016, this was probably happening as the campaign began back in 2015, late 2015 into 2016. And if that's the case, folks, then this directly implicates the entire FBI as a politicized tool to stop a potential presidential candidate. And the reason that this is so shocking is because, let's be honest. What's happening here is that somebody who is being paid by the FBI did not disclose that they were a part of the FBI during the vetting process of being a part of this administration. This is a real big question. When the hell did you all start investigating this presidential candidate, Donald Trump? When did y'all start investigating this guy? When? Was it before July 2016 with the drunken ramblings of that asshole George Papadopoulos? This was launched, remember, under Jim Comey, remember the Steele dossier. The whole goddamn feds, the Department of Justice and the FBI have been very vague on the key moments leading up to the launch date of the actual investigation. This is why you have Devin Nunes, the chairman of the House Intelligence Agency, threatening to impeach the Deputy Attorney General, Rod Rosenstein, because he is the one that's supposed to be in charge of all these documents since Jeff Sessions recused himself, and because Rosenstein is not coming up with the documents to give to the House Intelligence Agency, which has oversight over the Department of Justice, Nunes is threatening to remove this guy as the Deputy Attorney General. And remember, we heard Rod Rosenstein come out say, well, I'm not going to be extorted, okay? I'm not going to be extorted. We're the Department of Justice, and we just can't have a bunch of legislators running around the Department of Justice. Whatever the hell he said, it wasn't legally accurate. Because the House Intelligence Committee has full oversight of the Department of Justice and the FBI, and they have the authority to subpoena any document they want. And for whatever reason, the Department of Justice and the FBI refuses to give the House Intelligence the House Intelligence Committee, headed by Devin Nunes, the information and the documents necessary. They've been stonewalling this committee for like 8 months on this information. How come we're not hearing this on the media? Thank God for Devin Nunes to have the balls to actually continue on and expose the criminality and the politicization of the Department of Justice and the FBI. And if this is the case, folks, then we need to stop the Robert Mueller investigation as soon as possible. We have already seen that there are many players key to this conspiracy in an attempt to remove Trump. I'm talking about Peter Strzok, Lisa Page. These people were a part of the Robert Mueller special counsel until they had to be removed because they could potentially jeopardize the special counsel itself. Now, you mean to tell me that Robert Mueller was naive to the fact that Peter Strzok was potentially jeopardized? No, he wasn't. He had to remove him when his cover got blown so that the Mueller investigation wouldn't be compromised in any capacity. Lisa Page, the same thing. We have already exposed the fact that Robert Mueller has very close ties to each and every one of these characters that are implicated in this grand conspiracy of politicizing our judicial branch. Robert Mueller should be investigated himself. But of course, we do not have enough people in the American populace that are making enough of a stink about this to their representatives to prevent this from happening. Because as I stated, are these people at the highest level of the Department of Justice and the FBI, are these people too big to jail? Are they too big to jail at this point? Because that's what it seems like. That's what I've been saying all this time. That it seems as if they're just too big to jail. Because any one of us that did a fraction of what these people have done, we would have been in jail and stayed in jail until our fucking trial. And this is what pisses me off about this Robert Mueller investigation. How can this man think that he has the authority to literally crawl up an American president's ass with a microscope and go beyond the scope of the investigation that he was intended to investigate, which was a collusion between Russia and Trump, which has not even been closely connected at all? How can this man continue to have the authority to do this crap? This guy has to be stopped. And you see, what's unfortunate is that many people in Washington realize that Robert Mueller's special counsel is losing its credibility. So now you've got some people in the swamp out there in D.C., senators specifically, that are trying to prevent anything happening to Robert Mueller in his investigation. You have this asshole, this disgusting, despicable Richard Blumenthal, this Democrat out of Connecticut, wanting to pass this so-called Plan B plan to protect Mueller's work. Yeah. This Plan B plan, which is going to protect Mueller just in case Mueller happens to be fired, which he should have been fired a long time ago, and it'll protect Mueller's work. Now, what does that mean? That means involving and ensuring the evidence is preserved and reports are done if the special counsel is fired or other political interference is undertaken by the president. I mean, this little Plan B bill gives 3 judges the authority to have Robert Mueller continue his case, even if the president fires Robert Mueller. This is what is being initiated by this stolen valor cocksucker, excuse my French, Richard Blumenthal. Now, for you folks that don't know, this asshole out of Connecticut claimed that he fought in Vietnam, and then when it came out that he was a complete fucking liar, he just came out and said, well, I am sorry, I must have mismemorized. I'm sorry about the mistake. I truly thought I did serve in Vietnam, but apparently I didn't. I'm serious, man. This is this asshole. The stolen valor asshole. Richard Blumenthal. And if you happen to be a political troll, troll this asshole with Vietnam memes. All right? I mean, how dare this asshole try to be Mr. Political Nut Flexer when this asshole's whole life is a fucking lie, just like most liberal pieces of trash. I mean, I'm serious! That's what this Plan B that's being initiated by Blumenthal is going to have. It's going to have 3 judges that are going to make a judgment call on whether or not Robert Mueller can continue his investigation, even if the president, the highest level in our government, fires Robert Mueller. And let me tell you, it's not just this Democrat Blumenthal. You've actually got some Republicans falling in on this as well. And that's why I keep telling each and every one of you that are listening to me that if you're a part of the Trump train, you've got to stay on that Trump train. You've got to go out, you've got to re-gab, you've got to retweet, you've got to post articles. You got to expose the hypocrisy, expose the contradictions within the left wing and the liberal political philosophy. You have to, because this is 2016 all over again, folks. And these damn political assholes, this criminal organization that's called Washington, D.C. is trying everything it can to stop our president, from giving the power to us, the people, to stop our president from making America great again, to stop our president from making America the bastion of capitalism like it once was, and not funding the international globalism, which is what America has been doing for the past 30 fucking years. Wake up! But this is what's going on out here, folks. This is it. I just can't believe this is happening. I don't really care what side of the political spectrum you're on. This jeopardizes the foundation of our institutions of government. And because the media and the propaganda pieces, the mouthpieces, the talking heads have got everybody hating Trump. Everybody hates Trump, that they don't even understand that our very institutions are being jeopardized and politicized by these pieces of trash. And I ask you all again, folks, are these fucking people too big to jail? Is Comey? Is Peter Strzok? Is Lisa Page? Is Bruce and Nellie Orr? Is this freaking Robert Mueller? Are all these people too big to jail for their open criminality and corruption and abuse of not only the law, but the highest institutions of our judicial branch? They politically weaponize the highest institutions of our judicial branch! Wake the fuck up! Wake up, man! We, the American people, elected Donald Trump. We, the American people, wanted to make America great again. We, the American people, wanted his policies into law. And how dare the swamp in Washington, D.C., how dare these soulless scumbags in the deep state, how dare these fucking assholes in the mainstream media try to supersede the people's will. How dare these fuckers? How dare they? How dare they? This is our government, remember, folks? A government made for the people and by the people. But by God, I keep saying this, you folks can't fall asleep at the wheel. You've got to stay politically serious. You've got to stay politically serious. Fuck! I don't know how much I have to emphasize this with you folks. There should be no reason Robert Mueller's special counsel should be continuing. You even got the vice president coming out now, Mike Pence, saying that, look, Mueller, let's close this damn thing up, all right? You have yet to find any kind of Russia-Trump collusion, so close it the hell up. I'm talking about Mike Pray the Gay Away Pence. Mike Pray the Gay Away Pence. He's telling Robert Mueller to shut it down, oy vey. So anyway, folks, I'm telling you, I don't know what else to say. And then for Devin Nunes, going back to the House Intelligence Committee Chairman, Devin Nunes, for him to expose that there was an FBI paid informant within the Trump campaign in 2016, that just goes to show you that they were trying to stop Trump a long time ago. Long time. Way before July 2016. Way before July 2016. And what is anybody going to do about it? You understand? That's why the American people need to wake the fuck up, and we need to start demanding justice. Because by God, our justice system ain't a justice system anymore, folks. It's a kangaroo fucking justice system. All right? It's a fucking banana republic. It's ridiculous. And I can't believe that these fucking people that are out here leading the FBI, the DOJ, can go to fucking sleep at night. But you see, that's bureaucrats for you. Bureaucrats are soulless pieces of trash. That's why I don't befriend bureaucrats, because this is how they think. This is how they think. They're soulless. They're pieces of shit. Jesus Christ. Anyway, let me move on here, folks, all right? I definitely want to continue to talk about the president just to show you how serious he is about border security. He had a Trump rally yesterday. I don't know if y'all folks saw it, out in Elkhart, Indiana. in which he talked and emphasized border security. He talked about how the American people need to come out in 2018 and send Republicans to Washington that will oblige the Make America Great Again policies of Donald Trump and not try to stifle them or stop them like they have been on both sides of the aisle. He's so serious about border security that I heard here recently that he unloaded on his Department of Homeland Security Secretary for about 30 minutes straight, demanding why are people still coming across the border? Why are people still coming across the border, etc.? And the reason they're still coming across the border, folks, is our shitty immigration policy. You know, just like you heard, if they come across the border, they get nabbed, they get a court date, and they release them on our side of the border, and they're supposed to come back when their court date happens, and they never do. And hence why we had so many goddamn illegals in this country. And we still have that policy because that policy is still law. We can't just get these people and throw them back in their countries, for Christ's sake. And that's why yesterday in the rally, Trump said that we have the most stupidest immigration laws in world history. Because that's exactly what it is. It's pathetic and it's stupid. I mean, they come across our border, we got to nab them, we got to give them a court date, and then we release them in our side of the border, waiting for them to come to court, and of course they never do. That's our immigration policy, man! That's what these assholes in Washington, D.C. made into law. That's what these assholes the past 30 years have passed into law. That's why I keep telling each and every one of you listening to my voice, you have to be politically serious, for fuck's sake, man! Because if you're not, and you're going to fall asleep at the wheel, you're going to play your video games, you're going to watch TV, you're going to watch cartoons, what has happened for the past 30 years to put this country in the precarious situation that it's in will happen again and again and again until there's no more fucking country. And I'm glad Donald Trump is out there kicking ass, taking names, and caring about the continuity and the sustainability of this country. Thank God. Thank God! All right, let me move on, folks, all right? I definitely want to talk a little bit here about the media. All of a sudden, virtue signaling over the death or the potential death of John McCain. Have y'all seen this? Have y'all seen the liberal media come out and try to be such virtuous virtue signalers about John McCain?
Oh, I can't believe how many people on the right wing want John McCain to die. Oh, I can't believe it. They're so vulgar. It's so bad. I mean, what kind of morals do they have? Are
you kidding me, for Christ's sake? This is the same liberal media that instigates Black Lives Matter riots in black communities. This is the same media that applauds anyone on the right who happens to die. Did you see how hard they circle jerked when Anthony Scalia, the Supreme Court Justice, died? Okay, do y'all remember that? I mean, even Chelsea Clinton was making and cracking jokes about Scalia dying. I mean, if anything bad happens to anybody on the right, it's open season. Oh, I hope they suffer. Oh, I hope they die. The fucking leftists, that's all they do. That's what they do. But now the media is coming around and trying to virtue signal for old John Turncoat McCain. And what did I tell you, folks? If y'all don't remember, go back to the blogtalkradio.com/ghost archives and go back to 2008 and 2009. I said back then that this son of a bitch was a liberal in conservative clothing. I called him John Turncoat McCain because that's exactly what he was. And all those Republicans back then thought I was loco. They thought I was crazy. They thought I didn't know what I was talking about. But look at this asshole now! Let me tell you something. I said this the last show. I'm going to say it again. I feel like a Korean when a black person enters their corner store You know how they tell the black person, hurry up and buy! Hurry up and buy! Hurry up and buy! I feel that way, but for John Turncoat McCain, I feel like, hurry up and die! Hurry up and die, you sack of crap! Hurry up and die! You're a piece of shit, McCain. You know that? You're a piece of garbage, because first of all, you are no war hero. You're a fucking traitor! You're a traitor! All you've got to do is YouTube search John McCain Tokyo Rose and listen to the broadcast that he recorded for the Viet Cong that was recently found in the National Archives in a mislabeled CIA box in 2016, September 2016. Yeah. Yeah, this guy was selling out. That's why they called him Songbird McCain, boy. He is a fucking traitor. And aside from him being a traitor, I mean, since he's been diagnosed with this, brain tumor, and let me tell you, he's living a long time with somebody with a brain tumor, boy. I'll tell you that right now. I've known some people with brain tumors. I mean, come on, Maine. Come on, John McCain, Maine. But ever since he got diagnosed with this brain tumor, McCain has been trolling everybody who used to support him. Haven't you noticed this? McCain has been trolling everybody ever since the cancer diagnosis. Remember that? I mean, just look. He's been in opposition to everything that the president has put forth. He has been in opposition of the president in general, for Christ's sake. I mean, he was the sole vote. His vote alone prevented the complete repeal of Obamacare. And remember, this guy used to talk garbage about Obamacare all the time? I don't like Obamacare. I don't like Obamacare. And he was the sole vote that prevented Obamacare from being repealed. I mean, give me a freaking break, man. Lest we forget that John McCain was the asshole. Y'all remember this? He was the asshole that delivered a physical copy of the Russian dossier, their infamous Russian dossier, to the damn Senate. Y'all remember that? That's when it became public. I mean, John McCain has done everything to, like, hearing his cancer diagnosis. He's done everything to troll people that used to support him. And what kind of a scumbag does that? That just goes to show you that he stood for nothing. That just goes to show you what kind of an evil, disgusting, despicable son of a bitch this person really is. And you know, you know what's so funny? Is that so many American people want John McCain to die that it's triggering John McCain's family. I mean, it's completely triggering his family, for Christ's sake, man. Have you seen Sidney McCain and his daughter? I mean, come on, man. John McCain would have been nothing. Would have been nothing had he not married Sidney McCain, who was worth $200 million plus because she's a beer heiress. He would have been nothing had his grandfather and his father not been admirals. He would have been nothing had the mainstream media done its job and exposed the true, disgusting, treasonous, two-faced, pathetic act that this man is for a life. I think things would be a little different for John McCain at this point in time, but that's why he thinks he can be so arrogant and so cocky that he can just troll his supporters that used to support him and say, you know what, remember you supported me for this? I was liberal, motherfuckers! I was liberal! What are you going to do about it, huh? What are you going to do about it, huh? Anyway, hurry up and die! Alright, John McCain? Hurry up and die! Jesus Christ, I'm so sick of this freaking John McCain ass crack, alright? Hurry up and die! Anyway, folks, check it out. Before we move on to anything else, I want to remind everybody that you can give us a call right now and be live on the air All right, you can call me at 800-685-7914. Now, unfortunately, this is only for the United States and Canada. All right, so if you happen to be in the United States and Canada, you can go ahead and give me a call, 800-685-7914. 99 cents per minute, all right? 99 cents per minute, and if you people are going to have a problem with that, hey, I'm not getting paid for this show anymore, all right? I gotta monetize this son of a bitch somehow. I mean, Blog Talk Radio used to pay me like $4,000 a month, all right? So that's what I'm saying, all right? I'm independent now, and I gotta do all kinds of shit. So get off my ass, all right? Let me get some more beer here. I mean, 99 cents a minute, for Christ's sake. A 5-minute call, $5. Give me a break. I've seen people spend $5 for a text-to-speech chat on freaking Twitch. I'm just saying. All right, support independent media. Anyway, I hope everybody's having a good Baller Friday out here. Let's continue to move on, folks. We were talking a little bit about John McCain, how we want him to hurry up and die, and how he's a hypocritical, treasonous ass clown who... hopefully he's going to be migrant mouth-hugging for the rest of eternity when he's in hell. But I definitely want to talk a little bit about Iran and Israel, because this is the military theater that could potentially draw a lot of actors in that could potentially go into a world war to some extent. Now, I want to be completely honest with you. I'm not really too sure what Israel is trying to do. I mean, I am very concerned. I've never been one who's been like these white nationalists and these fucking alt-right idiots who blame the Jew for everything and the Jew this and the Jew that. But I'm going to be completely honest. It seems as if the Israelis are trying to goad us into a certain military conflict. Now, I told you all that the foreign policy of America, once Trump came into office, was to pit Saudi Arabia against Iran. And the reason that we want to pit Saudi Arabia against Iran is so that we can kill two birds with one stone. We can have these two Muslim power bodies go to war with one another, while basically killing off each other's population so that we can lower the Muslim population. There's like 1.2 billion Muslims, okay? We lower the Muslim population while depleting the GDP and any kind of surplus they have on a monetary level on both sides. Now, there's a bunch of reasons why America would like to do this, lest we forget that Saudi Arabia owns almost 70% of our debt. This was exposed once again in a 2016 Bloomberg article in which a Freedom of Information Act request was requested, and it was exposed that it was a secret deal in the 70s, Saudi Arabia owns 70% of our debt. So it would behoove America to make sure that Saudi Arabia is financially insolvent so that maybe or maybe not, we don't have to owe them, if not the whole debt, any debt. Hey, this is how foreign policy is made, folks. I'm sorry. But that has taken a turn for somewhere else, because Israel at this point in time is acting unilaterally and basically trying to confront Iran itself. And by confronting Iran in an actual military confrontation, the United States is forced, through a bunch of pacts and a bunch of treaties, we are forced to back up Israel in a military conflict. So this is what's really got me a little concerned, to say the least, because I'm not Jewish, first of all. I'm not Israeli. I don't have dual citizenship. Nor do I want my children, my grandchildren fighting a war for Israel. I'm sorry. I'm just saying. I mean, I want to be completely honest here with you guys. Here, within the past 6 months, Israel has been the aggressor in most of these conflicts with the Arab community. Now, look, I hate kebabs, all right? I mean, you know, the Islamic faith there's no way that the Islamic faith can be practiced in Western civilization. And if you try to integrate it, look at what's happening to the Euro-cucks. And we're going to talk about the Euro-cucks in a minute. But Islam is incompatible with Western civilization. Just take a look at what's happened to the Euro-cucks. But right now, Israel is indiscriminately bombing Syrian positions that are heavily footholded by Iranian forces. Aside from that, they've recently attacked Iran directly, the Iranian nation state, in response to the Golan Heights attacks that we were talking about on the last broadcast. There were some missile attacks coming in from Syria, and Israel claimed Iran also, in which the Golan Heights was bombed, and there was a media blackout on covering the damage that was caused in the Golan Heights of Israel by these missiles that were launched from Syria and Iran. And of course, that caused the Israelis to bomb all kinds of targets in Syria and to bomb Iran itself. Now, I want to be completely honest with you folks. I think Israel would wipe the floor with Iran at this point in time. And I think Israel knows it. That's why Iran, you haven't heard any response since Israel has taken a couple of pop shots at its own home turf. You haven't heard Iran say shit. And you want to know why that is, folks? Is because Iran is completely depleted of actual domestic military force. The only military force they do have is to basically imprison the people that comprise of their population. That's all they have. They have enough military force to suppress their own people. The only thing Iran is good at is being able to sponsor terrorist groups. And I talked about this on the last show. Hezbollah in Lebanon. The Houthis in Yemen. The different factions within the context of the Syrian theater. I mean, they're the ones that are financially supporting all these groups. Hezbollah at this point has went from a terrorist organization in Lebanon to actually being a part of the government. The Houthis in Yemen were always a terrorist faction of the Yemenis government. Now they have overthrown the government, assassinated the president, and are now in control of the majority of the Yemenis province. And this is all because Iran has financially, through not only weapons and rations and all the military armaments necessary, but also has aided them in how to use these things, warfare, etc. And you see, that's why they're doing all this terrorist sponsoring, so that there could be no direct conflict within their borders. Because I'm telling you right now, if someone was to invade Iran, I think Iran doesn't have any plan, any way to stop it. Because they've been in so many wars since the Iranian Revolution in 78, 77, whatever it was, 78. Ever since the 78 revolution, they've been in so many wars that have depleted their population that right now the average age of an Iranian is like 27 years old. That's the average median age of an Iranian, 27 years old. And all these young people, they don't want to be a part of this ridiculous Islamic nonsense, this fundamentalist garbage. They don't want to be a part of this crap. So they're not going to be taking up arms against somebody who's trying to overthrow the Iranian government. And that's why Iran, even though they got pop-shotted by Israel, they're not responding one bit. You would think that Iran, who'd been talking about death to Israel, we got Israel in our sights, we got bombs headed at Israel and all this other shit, right after they got hit up, they would have said, attack at Israel, but they can't. And now Iran's finding itself in a very precarious situation, and that's why, if you want my personal opinion, Trump is handing out a very small olive branch and saying, hey, look, Iran, let's make a deal. I could stop Israel. I could stop all this crap. Let's make a deal. Let's do something. And you know something? That's why, if you want my personal opinion, that's why the European Union, prior to the actual nuke deal being ripped up by the president, they came to the White House. Remember that? You had Macron, you had Merkel, you had all these European leaders out there trying to go into the White House, attempting to stop the president from ripping up the nuke deal. Now, why is this? Why does the European Union trying so hard to save this Iranian nuke deal? What does Iran have over the European Union? That is the million-dollar question, folks. Because in my personal opinion, I personally believe that the Iranians have something, some kind of intelligence, some kind of information, something over the Europeans. Because I can't for the life of me understand, now that the nuclear deal with Iran is ripped up by the president, I can't, there is no logical sense at all. Any kind of diplomatic warfare, no kind of sense in why the European Union is now loathing the United States. I mean, I just gabbed an article in which they were calling on the European Union to join the Trump resistance. To join the Trump resistance. And why is the European Union going to join the Trump resistance when this man just did nothing but rip up a deal that was meaningless to begin with? That you all know that was a meaningless deal, folks. They self-inspect themselves. And then they self-inspect themselves for a certain time frame, and then after that time frame is up, they can go and build all the fucking nuclear weapons they want. It was ridiculous. Just like Donald Trump said, this was the worst deal in deal-making history. It's as if they were... I'm going to be honest with you, folks. I may be delving into too much stuff here. I'm not trying to sound like QAnon or anything, but that's the first time I ever brought up QAnon, huh? But it's almost as if they paid off the Iranians for something. Doesn't that sound more reasonable? And what exactly are they paying off the Iranians for? Because that was a huge payment. $1.5 billion in cash, $250 billion in, I guess, transfers in banking institutions and whatnot. What was that payment for? It sure as hell wasn't to stop them from enriching uranium. And this is really the big question, folks. That's why I'm telling you right now, this may be something bigger than we can even see at the surface. Because Israel is acting very erratic at this point in time, as if they're trying to goad Iran into a conflict so that they can overthrow the Iranian government and take control of the Iranian geopolitical area for some reason. Trump yesterday, in his speech at the rally at Elkhart, Indiana, suggested that, look, Iran, we can make a deal. And it can be better than what you had the first time, but you cannot have nuclear weapons. So the president is trying to throw an olive branch and say, look, let's talk, let's make a deal. And I think that he does have leverage, considering that he has done what he's done to North Korea, and having them at the peace table, actually going into South Korea. I mean, that summit of the Koreas was historic. It was historic. I hope that some of that rubs off on Iran, because I'd like to know what Iran knows. Okay? I mean, don't you? I mean, what does Iran have over not just the European Union, but the United States? Barack Obama. And then we have to go back a little bit even more. I hate to, this rabbit hole goes down kind of far. Lest we forget, folks, that the Obama administration recently was implicated in being involved in this operation in which they prevented agents from pursuing arrests on a Hezbollah-related network that was within the United States that would trade cars. They were in the car business to funnel money to Hezbollah operations in Lebanon. And Barack Obama himself called off the operation. They called off the operation to arrest this network of Hezbollah illegal activity outfit, if you will. Y'all remember that? I forgot what the operation was called. It was called Operation something, but yeah, Barack Obama said that, no, don't worry about Hezbollah. Don't worry about how they funnel their money through the car business. Don't worry about it. It all makes sense, doesn't it? What kind of deal or what do these fucking people have over the European Union and the liberals of the American government? Because $250 billion, man, that's a payment, man. That's a payment for something, not just a, hey, don't enrich uranium, dude, okay? Whatever you do, don't enrich uranium. If we were that concerned about Iran enriching uranium, if it's that much of a fucking national security threat, why did we allow Pakistan to become a nuclear power? How come we allowed Pakistan to become a nuclear power? You can't get any more radical and backwards and inbred than Pakistan. How come we allowed Pakistan to become a nuclear power? As a matter of fact, when Pakistan became a nuclear power, their nuclear scientist, A.Q. Khan, you can look him up, A.Q. Khan, actually was going out there willing to sell the plans to create a nuclear weapon to the highest bidder, for Christ's sake, man. So that's why I'm saying it's really not about nuclear weapons. Nuclear weapons are the context for whatever's going on at another level that we can't see. And look, I'm not going to confirm what QAnon has been saying, but I'm going to be honest with you. I think that what's happening here is an uncovering of something that is truly globalist in nature. And I think that's why you have the EU now crying over spilt milk because we are no longer in the Iranian nuke deal. They're going as far as to trying to be... They're advocating this in their goddamn papers, in their publications out there, that the EU should all join the Resist Trump movement. Bunch of Eurocucks, man. And you know, they've persuaded their people to accept this as well. That's the most bizarre thing about it. It's one thing for the government to have these cockamamie ideas and all this shit. It's another thing for the people to oblige it, man. It's another thing for the people to voluntarily want it. It's another thing for the people to voluntarily accept it. You know, I had one of the Inner Circle members recently come back from Germany, and he said, bro, Ghost, I mean, Germany is an utter fucking kebab shithole, literally. He said that kebabs have taken all over all these villages. He said that he was in a park walking, and there's a designated area for these kebabs and these people that are refugees to take open shits. I'm not even kidding. There's designated areas. I guess they don't like sitting on toilets. I don't know what the hell it is, but this is coming from somebody who is in the Inner Circle that stated that they are openly taking shits on the ground in designated areas, that, you know, you can't be by yourself after about 8 or 9 p.m. when the sun goes down, because then these kebabs will start gang attacking you like a bunch of wild hyenas. I mean, it's turned into a complete disgusting jihadi war zone in Germany. And the people have just accepted it, man. He just accepted it. These people have just accepted the fact that, oh, they're here and they're gonna take over our country. They're gonna redefine our culture. Oh well. Oh well. I'm just saying, man. What's going on is I'd like to know what's going on. I'd like to see if what Israel's going to do. Because I'm going to be honest, folks, I think what Israel's about to do, it may just try to go in and bomb the hell out of Iran and use either Saudi Arabia or whoever's willing to do it for the money, because they're probably going to have to pay these people in some capacity to go in and overtake Iran. Because I personally believe Iran doesn't have shit to defend itself. It has nothing to defend itself. That's why Israel poked its eye and Iran has done nothing. As a matter of fact, Iran is responding to us more than they're responding to Israel, who hit them up. And I'm telling you right now, if that happens, then we'll never know why the hell or what the hell is really going on this globalist level. And I think that's why you have Israel pulling the fucking trigger on Iran. I honestly believe that. I honestly believe that, man. I honestly believe that that's what's happening. So I really hope that diplomacy wins, and I hope that Donald Trump somehow finds a way to get on the diplomatic side of these stupid Iranians, and hopefully Donald Trump can pry out what these Iranians have on not only the EU, but the liberals in our government as well. Anyway, folks, we are now in the third and final hour of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. Before we get started on anything else, I'd like to remind everybody to please spread this show link around like wildfire and let everybody know that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house, all right? True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house, and we are live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the official website of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. I love being independent! I love being underground! Oh, man. The official website of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast is, and type this into your browser and add it to your bookmarks and to your favorites, ghost.report. Alright, it's as simple as that. Type it in your browser, ghost.report, and you can find me on there. As a matter of fact, if I'm not broadcasting from Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 6:30 to 9:30, you can still catch the live stream. It's on 24 hours a day. I usually have some pretty funny prank call clips, and then I throw the episode of the last show so it can broadcast 24 hours a day, just in case you missed it. Just in case you missed it. And not to mention, I also have a True Capitalist Radio archive on Ghost.report, so if you happen to miss any of these shows, you can download it on MP3. We're giving you a plethora of ways so that you can listen to the broadcast, all right? I really appreciate everybody for listening in. I really appreciate everybody for supporting independent. This is truly independent internet radio. Truly independent internet radio, man. And I'm loving every minute of it. Before I move on, I'd like to ask everybody to please follow me on Gab, baby. All right? And if you don't have a Gab account, well, then what are you doing? All right? I mean, this is the last bastion of freedom of speech in social media today, man. I'm talking free speech on Gab. All right? Type it in your browser right now. Get yourself a free account, for Christ's sake. gab.ai is the web address. And if you're on there, follow me. All right? The name to follow is Politics Ghost. All one word, no underscores. Politics Ghost is the name to follow. And of course, folks, I want to say what's going on to everybody in the True Capitalist Radio chat room. What's going on, man? Look at everybody in there. It's packed. It's packed in the True Capitalist Radio chat room. And by the way, I'm going to be in there live after this broadcast. I will be in the True Capitalist Radio chat room, voice chatting, conducting all kinds of internet tomfoolery. If you want to come in there and kick back with us, well, by God, go to my Gab account right now, Politics Ghost, and click the subscribe for premium content button. All right? Hit the subscribe for premium content button, and once you do, hit me up with a private message on Gab and give me your Discord chat name, and I will give you an exclusive invitation to the True Capitalist Radio chat room, all right? Now that we've got that all out of the way, I think it's about time to get some more beer! Woo! More beer, baby, all right. Let's see what we got going on here. Let's take a chug of beer. It's a Baller Friday. And, you know, I want to let loose a little bit. I know I've been talking a lot of serious politics, a lot of serious economic talk. But it's Friday, you know, and everybody doesn't want to feel like a bummer on Friday. Everybody wants to have a good time. You know, everybody wants to feel funny in the pants. So, we're going to try something a little different, okay? Now, I'd like to talk about whatever it is that you want to talk about right now, all right? Now, I'm challenging anybody right now to call me up. Call me up right now, and it is 99 cents a minute, but by God, I mean, I'm out here for 3 hours, no commercials, baby. Come on, man. $5 for a 5-minute freaking call. Stop being a cheap ass, all right? You can call me at 800-685-7914 and tell me what to talk about. 99 cents a minute. Let me know. I'll talk about whatever you want to talk about, baby. You understand? I mean, this is Friday. This is a Baller Friday. And I'm drinking. I don't know about you. I don't know if you're playing with your Peter Popper, waxing your carrot, putting a couple of fingers up your shit funnel. I don't know what you're doing. But I'm drinking. I'm having a good time. And I'm basking. I'm basking in the success of this week's capitalism. Cheers, baby. Man. Something in the air out here, man. I'm not even joking. Good God. It's like all kinds of pollen and stuff out here, man. It's springtime pollen. It's getting to the nostrils, to say the least, all right? It's getting to the nostrils. Anyway, I'm going to go through and talk about something that's a little less politicky, all right? Let's talk about something that's a little less politicky, because I know that people are getting a little bummed out. You know, hey, you know, Israel, Iran, you know, Mueller, you got all this stuff. Let's talk about some other issues. Let's go to the Drudge Report right now, folks. If y'all don't know what that is, drudgereport.com. That's a great place to get some news. Let's talk about what they're discussing tonight. All right, and look at this right there. McCain's long goodbye is the headline on Drudge Report. McCain's long goodbye. Let's talk about some of the news that is coming out the Drudge Report. Let's see what they're talking about here. First news report is Europe joins resistance. What have I been telling you, people? What have I been telling you? The Der Spiegel is telling Europe to join the Trump resistance because Trump wiped his ass with the Iranian nuke deal. Aww. Fucking Eurocucks. You know what? Go piss off. Go piss off. I don't care. Gasoline prices could see summer spike with prices at 4-year highs and record demand. What did I just tell you at the beginning of the show, baby? You better get some ETFs that rise with the price of oil, or start doing some goddamn investing. Start doing some goddamn investing in some of these oil companies, baby. You understand? Woo! All right, who else we got here? Let's see what we got here. We got woman claiming to be princess menaces Saudi embassy. Oh, man, the Saudi Arabians are having bitch problems, too? I thought they had those broads in check. Oh, my God, we got a broad in here now thinks she's a princess? I'm a princess, you fuck! I'm a princess and I deserve the respect according to that title! You son of a bitch! You see, didn't Saudi Arabia just barely give a couple of rights to women? Just barely gave a couple of rights to women, and here you go. And listen, I'm not trying to be sexist, alright? I'm not trying to be anything, but I'm just saying, alright? I'm just saying. Anyway, city launches controversial program watching public social media posts. Oh, that's great. That's great. Let's click on that one. And of course it's in California, California. Sacramento launching controversial program watching public social media posts I mean, is that really what you want? Do you want your local municipality looking at your social media posts? And if they are, for what? Why? I mean, what is that supposed to do? Are they trying to do some kind of like Minority Report shit where they're going to pre-predict crime by utilizing posts on the internets? Oh my God, man. I mean, what's next, for Christ's sake? What is next? Welcome, my son! Welcome to the machine! Municipalities looking after your goddamn social media. That's great, huh? That's great. Anyway, a story of doomed loved Cold War wows Cannes Festival. Who gives a shit about the Cannes Festival? Gay cinema comes of age at Milestone Festival. I forgot. Drudge is a homosexual, so he is going to promote a lot of this pro-LGBT horse shit. Alright, and listen, I don't have any problems with anybody doing anything they want, alright? I don't care if you're chewing each other up the ass. I don't care if you like, I don't care what you do. But what I'm really pissed off at is that we have people that are a part of the LGBTQ community that are trying to go after children in a many different capacity. They are trying to say it's okay to give children hormones at 6 and 7 years old. It's okay for children to dress in drag at 8 years old. It's okay if a child is considered gay at 7 or 8 years old. Listen, if a child is considering themselves gay at 7 or 8 years old, then I want an investigation of their parents and everybody else because that child's been molested! How the fuck do you know if you're gay at 8 years old unless you had your pooper penetrated? How the fuck do you know you're gay? I didn't even know I liked women until I hit puberty at 12 years old and started having women pull the balls out of my pants. Alright? So that's why I'm saying, Jesus Christ, 8-year-old gays, get the hell out of here. Oh! What are you going to tell me? They just used their toys. They put a condom on a pickle Rick and sat on it, and they thought it was adventurous. Now they're gay. Is that what you're going to tell me? Ah! Is that what they're? Jesus Christ, this sick fucking world, man. Give me my freaking beer. All right, let's see what else we have here. Inside the Austin bomber's life, question of friends, faith, sexuality. Yeah, if you want to believe that. I mean, some twerp that was like 21 knows how to make sophisticated bombs. Not only knows how to make them without blowing himself up in his face, but is able to deliver them to a location and then have the target open up a flap and having it blow up. I mean, just give me a break, man. Give me a break! I mean, I told you all the story about Ramzi Youssef, right? Ramzi Youssef was the guy who conducted the first World Trade Center attack in 1993. He got away. Unfortunately for his stupid ass, he was in Indonesia at the time when he got away. He was trying to make a bomb to conduct some kind of military operation in Indonesia. And in the process of making this bomb with his roommate in, some Indonesian apartment, it blew up in his face. And as a result, he had to run off because you can't stay in an apartment where you were building a bomb that blew up in your face. It killed his partner. And when the Indonesian police went in, they found all the evidence that pointed to Ramzi Youssef, the culprit behind the World Trade Center bombing in 1993. So if Ramzi Youssef, a professional terrorist who, blows up shit for a living, mistakenly blows up a bomb while attempting to create it, what makes you think that some 21-year-old twerp, with no history of any kind of violence whatsoever, miraculously knows how to make these bombs that detonate when you open up a flap of a fucking box? What makes you think that this person's able to pull this off just by reading a couple of texts on the internet? I mean, give me a break, man. Do you think that we're this stupid? I guess many of us are. All right, I guess many of us are. Let's continue on We're running down the drudgereport.com. We've got cheerleaders punished for naked hazing. Really? I thought that was just in the 80s movies. For real, cheerleaders are hazing each other naked? I didn't go to the right high school. Where the hell is... this is This is Kansas University. Kansas University cheerleading team has been put on probation after 2 female members came forward last year with stories of being subjected to physically and emotionally abusive hazing, which allegedly included forced nudity. Has the Me Too movement gone to broads on broads now? Has the Me Too movement gone into the cheerleaders' locker room now? Oh my God, man. You can't make this up. That's why sometimes when you run down the news, you're like, what? Really? Anyway, I obviously went to the wrong university. You know, I didn't hear about naked hazing from... I've never heard about that. Maybe that's a new thing now. I don't know. Anyway, here we go. We're continuing on. We're running down the drudgereport.com's headlines here. We got anti-McCain comments spark bipartisan uproar. We talked about that earlier in the show. How conveniently the media is being this virtue signaler about John McCain dying, even though they have literally made fun of and wished death upon Scalia, Roger Ailes. I can continue going on and on, man. The media, they're just disgusting, despicable scumbags, and they make me sick. And by the way, we got a caller here. We got a caller calling the line.
Ghost from True Capitalist Radio's official hotline.
Let's see what we got. Jesus Christ. Look, listen. You know, you gotta be in America or Canada to call this line, okay? I mean, you know what I mean? If I start making a little bit more cash, I'll give you guys a line in Australia and England. I mean, I have to pay separate for those fucking lines. I'm not even joking around. Alright? So, unfortunately, if you're going to be calling, try to be calling from the United States or Canada. Alright, could you do that, please? Jesus Christ. Stop interrupting my freaking show. Anyway, let's continue on with the rundown of Drudge Report. Tsunami warning accidentally broadcasted on Alaskan TV and radio. Again? We're doing this again? I mean, didn't they do this in Hawaii? Now they're doing this in Alaska, for Christ's sake? A tsunami warning accidentally broadcasted in Alaska? Just imagine being a part of that shit, man. Just imagine. You're waking up, you're fast asleep, you're dreaming about banging some broad you saw in a badass commercial or something in your dreams, and then we've got a tsunami warning. You must get to the highest ground possible. This is a last warning. Are you kidding me? Oh, I couldn't even imagine. I couldn't even imagine, for Christ's sake. That's why I don't live in Alaska. Alright? Even though Alaska is the last frontier, you know that you could still, right now, go to Alaska, claim some unclaimed land as your own, and it's legally yours out there as long as you could settle in it. That's why they call the Alaska the last frontier, baby. The last frontier. And we've got somebody else calling up here. Let me see if this is an American and not some fucking foreigner or something. All right, let's see what we got here. What do we got?
Ghost from True Capitalist Radio's official hotline.
Extension number.
All right.
You have a...
Let's see what we got.
The credit card has been declined.
Your credit card's been declined? Fucking pay your bill, for Christ's sake! Aren't you listening to True Capitalist Radio, you cheap bastard? The credit card's been declined? Oh, God! You know, folks, that what it does, I'm going to tell you, okay? I'm going to tell you what this does, okay? When you put your credit card in there, it, does, if you go to a bar and put a bar tab, bars traditionally, put a hold on, 50 or 60 bucks of your money, or sometimes it's sometimes it's $70, depending on the bar. They put a hold on that until Like, you know, you sign off and it's, you know, it's kind of weird. Well, $10 is all this fucking thing puts on as a hold for you, alright? $10 fucking dollars. That's 10 minutes of talking time, for fuck's sake, bro. I've seen people give $10 on Twitch for some broad, like, winking her eye and you know what, never mind. Never mind, alright? Just never mind. Never mind! Jesus Christ! Anyway, let me move on, alright? We're continuing to run down what Matt Drudge has posted on drudgereport.com. The federal government has collected a record taxes. They have collected record taxes for 2017. Can you believe this? The federal government collected a record of $2,007,451,000,000 in total taxes. Although we still ran a deficit, believe it or not, even though we collected all that money in taxes, we still ran a deficit of $385,444,000,000. So even though we collected over $2 trillion in taxes, which is record tax collection, we are still in deficit $385 billion. So we still need another $385 billion on top of the $2 trillion that we collect, so that we can be even keel with our debt. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. Come on, Maine! That's not very good, man. I'm telling you, that's not fiscally responsible at all. But hey, what are you going to do? All right? One thing at a time. The Democrats ponder how to run against an improving economy. Well, I think it's a little late at this point in the election for 2018 to figure that shit out, man. I mean, you Democrats have been running racial politics, gender politics, sex politics, all kinds of divisive issues, and that's great. You can divide people, but what are you going to do to get people to go vote for you at the voting booth? I mean, you can't sit here like Nancy Pelosi said yesterday. Did you hear what Nancy Pelosi said yesterday? She said that she would roll back the fucking tax cuts if the Democrats took power of the House, for Christ's sake, man. Is that what you all want? You want Nancy Plastic Face Pelosi to take over and just say, you know what, no more tax cuts, we're raising taxes on everybody because we're Democrats. We're Democrats. Democrats ponder how to run against an improving economy. How about doing something, Democrats? How about doing something for somebody other than hating America? You know, I've said this time and time again. I wouldn't be so anti-left and anti-liberal if the American leftists and liberals weren't so busy trying to destroy America, trying to bring down America, trying to bring America into a realm of chaos. I would not be as hateful, I would not be as potentially violent against the left if I knew that they love this country as much as we did on the right. But they hate this country, folks. They hate this country, and their proof is in their actions. The proof is in their divide and conquer strategy. Their proof is in their lack of substance. Their proof is in every liberal major city that is controlled by Democrats is a complete and utter subterranean shithole. It is a criminal fest. I mean, come on, man. And look, we got somebody else calling up, so let's see what's happening here, all right?
Ghost from True Capitalist Radio's official hotline.
The credit card has been declined.
Jesus Christ, you know what? Your credit card is being declined. $10, you don't have enough room on your fucking credit card for a $10 hold, you cheap fuck! You cheap fuck! Good God! A $10 hold? God! God! $10 hold on a fucking credit card, and you're getting your shit declined, for Christ's sake, man! You're listening to True Capitalist Radio! Learn something! Learn how to be a fucking capitalist, you bum!
Your credit card has been declined because you're a fucking loser. Your credit card has been declined because you're a fucking idiot. Your credit card has been declined because you're a fucking faggot.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I mean, I can't believe it. You know that it's only a $10 hold. $10. $10, man. Jesus Christ, man. That's cheaper than a fucking meal at Applebee's. You understand? That's cheaper than a meal at fucking Applebee's, which your mom is probably at right now, looking for Alabama Black Snake. Jesus Christ.
Your credit card has been declined because you take it in the pooper.
All right, let me move on, for heaven's sake. All right, we're running down what Drudge Report is having on its headlines. Let's continue. Middle East tense. Yeah, I'm sure it is pretty tense right now, isn't it, huh? A little tension in the Middle East. Middle East tense. Palestinians throw grenades, explosives at troops at Gaza border. Now, for you folks that are unaware, because they're not obviously going to say this on television, this is what's been happening at the border of Gaza and Israel. For whatever reason, the Palestinians think it's a great idea to get a mass amount of people and to start charging the border of Israel in an attempt to breach the border. Now, Israel, unlike America, is just literally making it rain bullets on these people that are running and attempting to breach the border of Israel and Gaza. I mean, folks, there's been over 5,000 Palestinians wounded. I think like 40 Palestinians dead. And that's what's been going on here for the past 3 or 4 weeks. I'm not even kidding around, folks. We have yet to hear about this in the news whatsoever. Israelis are indiscriminately just shooting these massive hordes of Palestinians that are attempting to overrun the border, and they're just mowing them down. They're just killing them. So, yeah, no wonder the Palestinians at this point are now throwing grenades, explosive. It's getting a little hairy out there, to say the least. The clerics in Palestine are threatening the destruction of Israeli cities. And to be completely honest with you, rabbis are trying to say, get ready for a war of biblical proportions. I mean, really? I mean, we're in modernity at this point in time. Should we really be even entertaining biblical fucking wars at this point, man? I can't believe that we're even headed towards this direction. But this is what's happening. You know, Israel, Iran, keep your eye on it. All right, keep your eye on it. What the hell is this? Jewish gangster rapper takes on Germany's hip-hop scene. What the fuck is this? Of course, it's the New York Times. What the hell is that? Is this guy for real? What is this guy? This is out of the New York Times by Andrew Curry wrote this fucking piece. May 11, 2018. Essen, Germany. A yellow Star of David, the sword the Nazis forced Jews to wear on the sleeve of the white sweatshirt, appears near the start of the rapper Sun Diego's Yellow Bar Mitzvah video. Oh my God. This is what's happening in Germany? Alright, look, we got another caller here. Let's see if they got some cash or they're a bunch of milky licking fruits or whatever they are.
Radio's official.
The credit card has been declined.
Gee, look at these people. Look at these cheap people, man. Get your autism buck straight, you autists. Good God. mean, good God, look, they continue to call. Look at this crap.
Ghost from True Capitalist Radio's official hotline.
Extension number.
Give me a freaking break.
You are now connected.
Oh.
Say hello.
Hey, finally, what's going on, man? Welcome to True Capitalist Radio.
Hey, how you doing, Ghost?
How you doing, man?
Oh, I'm doing just fine. Hey, I had a idea about the financial stock market thing here.
All right, what do you got?
Many people know they've heard of this thing, Robinhood, and there's this option market. A lot of people don't know too much about it. You know, where they sell the option contracts, buy the option contracts, trade these contracts.
Yeah, no, I understand about options. I'm just trying to get people acquainted with the bare nuts and bolts of investing before they start entertaining financial instruments of that capacity.
Well, I mean, as a long-term strategy, do you think it would be efficient to just, acquire large sums of certain ETFs regarding, different commodities? Could be gold, could be silver, could be oil, or you could do an index fund.
No, I think ETFs are the way to go, man. ETFs are the way to go if you want to ride commodities. No,
all right, cool.
I would strongly advise ETFs to ride commodities or to short commodities, ride indices or short indices. I mean, ETFs are a very flexible financial instrument. Aside from it being investable and it being ran by a fund, you can treat it much like a stock. So you can day trade it as much as invest in it as well. It's a kind of a loose day tradable mutual fund, if that makes any sense.
Well, instead of just going really loose with it, you just try to accumulate as much as you can and sell the option to you sell the call option where they would grab the stock from you for a price that you had negotiated earlier. And then when your stocks get called from you after the contract is expired, you just use the cash that they give you to buy the put option or sell the put option so that, eventually they just give you your shares back.
No, believe me, I understand the strategy that you're explaining, but, that's for more, professional investors who understand the scope and the differentiations of risk, high risk and low risk type of investment. And in my opinion, man, I think that options and put options and that sort of thing are a little bit too high risk for individuals who don't even understand the fundamentals of investing as it is. And
fair enough.
And to be honest with you,
well, thank you for your time.
All right, man. Well, take it easy. Thank you very much, bro. Yeah, like the gentleman was alluding to, he wants me to cover options. He wants me to cover put options and that sort of thing. And to be completely honest with you, it's high risk, high reward on those particular financial instruments. I'd prefer mostly to get people acquainted with the markets themselves and not get too complicated because I'm trying to make capitalists here. I don't want people to get too confused, nor do I want them to take on financial instruments that could potentially be a little bit risky, to say the least. Now, like I said, high risk, high reward, but still high risk is there, Anyway, thank that gentleman for calling in. I appreciate you for calling in. Appreciate you for giving us a little 411 on a little bit of option strategy when using ETFs. I thought it was a pretty good strategy there. Anyway, I was talking about this Jewish rapper out of Germany out here, which is taking the German scene, I guess, by storm. Wait a minute. His fucking stupid video only has 9.7 million views on YouTube. This isn't a hit. This isn't a goddamn hit. I'm serious. This isn't a damn hit. You're not a hit unless you're at least 50 million views in on YouTube. At least. And that's like a half-ass hit. When you're over 100 million, that's when you're serious business. 9.7 million views on YouTube and you're claiming this damn Jew's a hit? What a Jewish conspiracy. Get him out of here! Anyway, let's move on. Once again, we're running down all the news on the Drudge Report, having some discussion about it. Let's continue. Horrific London acid attack in broad daylight. Well, no shit. I mean, that's what's happening in the UK now, folks. Are y'all aware of this? Because they have such horrific gun or anti-gun policies in which nobody has a gun out there anymore, not even the police, not even the little bobbies out there have any guns, that the criminal-minded folk who want to inflict hurt on people have found more sick and innovative ways to be able to inflict hurt on their victims, one of which has been acid attacks. Now, the reason that you're seeing an abundance of acid attacks in London is because a lot of the criminals have found that with an acid attack, there is a loophole in the law of the UK that'll prohibit somebody who is convicted of an acid attack from being tried for attempted murder. You see, it was an intent to hurt, not an intent to murder. So even though the acid attack is horrific on one's life, they're still alive, and as a result, it's a less jail sentence if they were to use any other weapon accordingly. And not to mention, there's a lot of knife crime happening out there in the UK, a lot of knives. So what are they going to do? They're going to ban knives now. They're going to ban acid. What are they going to do? You cannot stop people from hurting other people if that is what their intent is on doing. What are you going to ban vans now? I mean, anybody that wants to hurt people are going to find a way to do it. And I strongly advise people, why don't you take a look for yourself on Google how many of these acid attacks in London are happening? They're happening daily. It's an alternative way to hurt somebody without having some serious attempted murder charge pinned on you. This is what's going to happen, folks, when you outlaw guns. Anyway, we got another call here. Let's see what we got. Let's see if we got somebody here.
Ghost from True Capitalist Radio's official hotline.
Extension number 1.
All right, let's see what we got.
The credit card has been declined.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Look. If you've got a shitty credit card and you keep calling, I'm going to get your number. I want you all to know this, all right? Oh, not me, actually the company that does all this shit for me, and they're going to do something with that shit. So I'm just letting you all know, if y'all think it's funny calling up doing that, I guarantee you will be hit up by the company that I'm messing with here. I'm not even fucking around, okay? So I'm just saying, if you think it's a fucking funny troll doing that, believe me, we will be able to identify you, and, I'm just saying. So you all have been warned. You all have been warned, okay? So if you're going to continue to do that, believe me, you're going to get fucked with, all right? I'm just saying, okay? I'm just saying. Anyway, let's move on. And believe me, I got a list of the numbers that call in. Just keep doing what you're doing. If you're the same number, believe me, I'll find out who you are. We'll do something about it. Anyway, let's continue going. Finland's female-only island slated to open amid controversy. Female-only island? What the fuck is this? Finland's female-only island slated to open, despite an ongoing investigation by the Nordic nation's Equality Ombudsman Office into whether a woman-only business classifies as illegal discrimination. The Super She Island Oasis is scheduled to open as planned. Advertised as a rejuvenating and a safe space where women can reinvent themselves and their desires, aka dive on a fucking muff, an island off the coast of Raasepori in South Finland is being touted as an all-inclusive, testosterone-free luxury resort. According to the Super She website, the island can accommodate 10 women in 4 newly renovated cabins. Oh my God. I bet you after the women leave, the 10 women leave the 4 cabins, pure tuna smell. I'm sure it's pure tuna. I'm sure it smells like some sick-ass salmon or some shit. All-female island. I mean, get the hell out. I mean, what is it? I thought women wanted to be equal to men. Huh? I thought women wanted to be equal to men, for Christ's sake. Now they want their own I want my own island. That's what I want. I want my own island, dude. Stupid, bro. I need a beer after that, for Christ. A woman-only island. Get out of here! Get out of here! Give me some more beer on this Baller Friday! An all-women island. Get the hell out of here. And what's going to happen when one man happens to sneak up on the island? What are they going to do? Who are they going to call? Who are they going to call? They're going to call Amazon whore? They're going to call nobody. Get out of here! I didn't think Finland was this cucked. I tell you, I didn't think Finland was this cucked. Anyway, let's continue going. We're running down the headlines on the Drudge Report. Iowa boarding school director sentenced to 9 years for abuse. 9 years for abuse. How many of these cases do we have to see before we realize that public education may not, or even private education may not, it may not be for our modern day children anymore. It may be nothing more than a meat market for these disgusting, despicable, sick, twisted assholes who want to prey on our children, whether sexually or in abusive capacity. I mean, I'm sick of hearing stories about this. I don't even want to give this airtime because, I mean, how many more of these do we have to hear? How many fucking more do we have to hear? Jesus Christ. What's next? Foul smell leads investigators to a home with 60 dead cats. And this is another story I hear all the time. You know, some stupid broad, she's a cat lady, you know, she's too lazy to take the dead carcasses of her old cats, and have them properly disposed. You know, she just kind of leaves their carcasses there, pretends they're still alive, feeds them milk and tender fiddles and shit. How many more of these cases are we going to have to, how many more of these cases are we going to have to listen to? Are we going to have to palate? I mean, come on, man, 60 dead cats? The fuck was she doing in there anyway? Good God. Elon Musk unveils video of first underground LA tunnel, predicts rides in months. Yeah, you know what, fucking Musk? I'll believe it when I see it, you fucking fraud. I'm tired of Elon Musk saying he's going to do this, saying he's going to build that, but having his hand out for more and more government money, for more and more tax money, for Christ's sake. You know what, Musk? You're a fucking fraud. I'm sick of you. You should be investigated. Your whole goddamn $4 or $5 billion that we gave you in tax money should be audited. We should know where every red cent went. You're a complete and utter fraud. I can't believe that you have disrespected Tesla's name, and you don't even like Tesla. I mean, can you believe this asshole Elon Musk? He uses Tesla's name to name his company. He doesn't even like Tesla. He likes Thomas Edison more than Tesla. Thomas Edison. I'll believe it when I see it. And you know what pisses me off? Is the fact that not only did this asshole get $5 billion of our tax money thanks to Obama, this asshole isn't even a fucking American. This isn't even American. He's South African, for Christ's sake. He's a freaking foreigner. I want my money back from Elon Musk. I want my money back. Fucking fraud. You keep pushing back your little Model 3. You keep pushing back your little Tesla cars because you know you're a fraud. You're a piece of crap. I'm sick of Elon Musk. You know what, Elon Musk, here, take a whiff of this, you piece of shit. There. Suck a fart out of my ass, you piece of shit. I'm sick of you. I'm tired of you. I'm tired of listening to you. You're a fraud. You're a freaking fraud. You know that this guy is not a scientist. You know that, folks, right? He's not a scientist. He's not a goddamn engineer. He's not nothing. This is the guy that helped build PayPal. That's it, okay? That's it. I mean, I'm tired of this guy being put on some fucking pedestal as if he's some kind of big-time scientist. I mean, he is the equivalent of Bill Nye the Science Guy. I'm tired of him. I'm sick of him. And if I saw him, I'd probably stop a mud hole in his ass, kick it dry, and then take a dirty yellow bubbly piss in it so he can look back at me with a yellow smile about it because he's a South African fraud. Jesus Christ, man. Anyway, let's continue going. We're almost done running down the Drudge Report headlines here. Fog of Benadryl blamed after man beats mom to death. Oh, there we go. Oh, it was the Benadryl, man. I took too much Benadryl and my mom said I couldn't watch My Little Pony anymore. So I said, oh yeah, Ma, you bitch! Take that, Mom! Take that, Mom! Take that! You're going to prevent me from watching My Little Pony, My Little Pony. According to the report, this idiot took over at least 80 Benadryl pills before killing his mother with a hammer. 80 Benadryl pills before killing his mother with a hammer? I mean, how come this guy isn't dead? And not to mention, Benadryl is supposed to knock you out. It's supposed to make you go, night-night. How in the hell did this guy have the ability and the foresight to pick up a goddamn hammer and start bludgeoning his mother? I mean, you take 2 Benadryl, you start seeing people... Look at somebody who takes 2 Benadryl and see how they look. They're going to be like, oh, yeah... I mean, they're not going to be able to talk. This guy picked up a fucking hammer, beat his mother's ass. Get the hell out of here. The Benadryl defense. We heard it all now, folks. We've heard it all. The Benadryl defense. Anyway, let's move on. 78-foot wave sets Southern Hemisphere record. Did y'all hear about this, folks? They have clocked a wave out of the Southern Hemisphere at 78 feet. This is around the New Zealand Campbell Island area in the Southern Ocean. And they tracked this wave around Tuesday. And, this is the biggest wave ever recorded. 23 meters, that's 78 feet high. And they measured it by a buoy. You know, these buoy sensors that are out there in the ocean. I mean, that's getting a little wicked, isn't it? And you combine that, you combine what's happening out there in the Hawaii island of, what is that, Kailua, come on, you want to lay me, whatever the fucking land mass is that's going through all that volcanic activity. You take a look at Mount Everest, it's starting to blow a little bit. Did y'all hear about that? You talk about the Yellowstone National Park, the geysers seem to be going off a little bit more frequent than usual. I mean, what's going on here, man? Is the Earth changing? Is the Earth going through changes? Is it going through changes? And if it is this really attributed to the fucking weather? Obviously not. This is obviously the Earth doing what it's doing on its own. I mean, have y'all seen that Hawaiian footage coming out of there, man? There's fissures like in the earth, cracks in the earth that are unraveling themselves and they're spewing out lava on top of the actual lava flow coming from the volcano. I mean, it's restructuring the whole entire island out there. Pretty devastating. So, I mean, what's going on here to say the least, huh? 78-foot waves. I mean, we got all kinds of weird weather going on all over the place. I mean, what's going on here, man? I'm just saying, these are questions to be had, all right? These are questions to be had, questions to think about, to say the least. Anyway, once again, we're running down the headlines on Drudge Report. We're going to continue on. Did y'all hear what Starbucks had to say? Bathrooms for all bitches, okay? Yeah, the coffee shop will allow anyone to use their bathroom now, whether you're buying a cafe latte or not. I mean, is this a very good idea? Is this a great marketing strategy here, for Christ's sake? Huh? And they're doing this after, of course, 2 black men were arrested, just hanging out, doing nothing. And look, I think every business should have the right to kick out whoever the fuck they want to if they're not purchasing anything in their business and they're just wasting space. I mean, I don't understand. I mean, there's no public bathrooms in businesses if you're not going to purchase anything. And if there are, they're in department stores. All right? I mean, these 2 black fools that, got arrested because they were getting uppity because they weren't buying anything and the employees refused to let them go to the bathroom. I mean, this is just ridiculous. This just underscores the fact that business owners really don't have that much power anymore now, do we? I mean, a didn't do nothing can go up into your goddamn business and pretend that he needs to pinch a loaf in your goddamn bathroom, and if you don't let him do it, he could sue your ass. He can get the ACLU on you, for Christ's sake. I mean, this is stupid, man. Well, with that being said, Starcucks decided that it is going to allow anybody to go into its bathroom, whether you're purchasing a latte or not. So remember that, folks. If you're out there on the road and you feel like, you got to pinch a loaf as big as Mike Tyson, well, you can drop your drawers off at Starbucks and pinch a loaf there and make sure it smells like a good stinking Stanley steamer, and Starbucks will actually thank you about it. They'll actually appreciate it now. So that's Starbucks. All right, there it is. And of course, the guy who created the freaking company, Schultz, he says that it's no time for divisiveness and building up walls and borders. It's no time to hate people. It's time to embrace a new world. It's time to embrace a one-world civilization. Unfreaking believable, man. Unbelievable. Anyway, let's continue going. I'm almost done, and we're almost ending this Baller Friday anyway. Oprah tells grads to fight hysteria that has gripped politics. What the hell are you talking about, Oprah? I mean, what makes you have any moral or ethical leg to stand on, with all due respect? I mean, Oprah, you personally admitted that you prostituted yourself for money when you were a teenager. So that right off the bat tells me what kind of person you truly are. Moreover, I remember you making your money off of doing trash talk show television. I mean, you were the broad that interviewed lesbian Nazi hookers that were abducted by UFOs for a good 10 to 15 years. I mean, you were the kind of broad that, interviewed the bearded lady who married the transgendered feminine ass. I mean, this is how you made your money. What makes you think that you have any moral or ethical leg to stand on to suggest that there's a hysteria that has gripped politics? The hysteria that has gripped politics has derived from your side, the left-wing lunacy. I mean, all these slanderous lies, this idea that Trump is racist, he's sexist, he's prejudiced, he's this, he's that. I mean, this is coming from the left. The left is causing the hysteria. The left is spreading the slanderous lies. The left is calling for violence. The left is calling for assassinations. The left is doing all the hysteria. What the hell are you talking about, Oprah? And I'm sick of the left continuously advocating violence and nothing happening to these people. I mean, remember on Twitter, every day there'd be a new person advocating the assassination of Donald Trump, and not one thing would happen to these people. You've got people in the media, journalists, suggesting violence on not only the president, but many in his administration. One asshole on MSNBC, was it yesterday, suggested that Sarah Huckabee Sanders should be choked to death. I mean, this is what we have right now in the media. This is what the left's personal idea of debate is. It's advocating violence. And what I'm saying is, Why hasn't anyone on the right attempted to combat this by advocating violence on them? And what I mean is this. I am personally not suggesting that anybody advocate violence on anyone specifically. But how come everybody wants to take the high road and suggest that violence isn't the direction we should go politically, when violence is the only thing that's been effective in the 20th century? Take a look at Islam. Islam is a perfect example of violence curbing the civility of Western civilization. Islam and their terrorism has warped the traditional thinking of Western civilization. Why? Because of their violence. You can't draw the Prophet Muhammad. You can't desecrate the Quran. You can't talk about Islam. You can't do any of these things to disrespect this so-called religion, or what? Violence will be implemented upon you. And because you have Western civilization curbing the way of life that used to go on in places like Europe, in places like Germany, Sweden, France, they are curbing their way of life for these Islamic refugees. Why are they curbing their way of life? Why are they curbing their traditional culture? Why are they curbing all this? Because Islam is violent. Islam is violent. And if Islam is violent, and the violence can cause this type of obedience, then by definition, isn't violence effective? I'm just asking questions. If Islam can conjure up enough fear to have governments in Europe and the people of Europe to submit, then this should show everybody that violence is effective. And that's why the left, they talk a lot about violence. They talk a lot about assassination. They talk a lot about this and about that, but they don't actually do anything. Why? Because they're trying to inspire those that they think they're in control of to do it for them. And I'm talking about the Islamic fundamentalist. I'm talking about the Black Lives Matter people. I'm talking about La Raza Unida. You see, this is what the white liberals use the minorities for. They use them to rile them up into a hysteria that Oprah was talking about, so that they can implement violence on those that they've been told by the white liberals are bad for black people, bad for Mexican people, bad for gay people. This is what the left does. And that's why I'm telling each of you on the right, don't talk violence. If you feel that something needs to be done to a certain individual who continues to advocate violence on the left, well then so be it. I mean, I find it unbelievable that the left has no fear of retribution for anything they say whatsoever. No fear. They can talk about the death of Trump, his family, his administration, people within his administration, people on the right. And yet nothing happens to them. Nothing of the sort happens to them. We don't even advocate those types of feelings, those types of things. But as far as I'm concerned, I think it's about time that we stopped being so civil. I think it's about time we stopped being so kind. It's about time that we stop being so politically correct. I think it's about time to start showing some of these huge mouthpieces who are not only saying their grievances against the government, but are trying to induce violence on a mass scale. And I'm not going to single out individuals, but lest we forget, we've had people that have inspired Black Lives Matter to riot in their own neighborhoods and destroy their own black businesses. We have people antagonizing Antifa and encouraging the beating and the hurting of those on the right. We hear this all the time. And I think it's about time for those of us on the right to show that we are not just a bunch of blowhards behind a computer. We're not a bunch of blowhards that go into a voting booth. We are what we believe in. And we mean what we say, and we say what we mean. And we are not afraid of anything. And we've got to show that we're not afraid, folks, because the leftists are afraid. If they're outnumbered and they see more of us, they're going to run away. You've seen our side. There's a plethora of them and 2 or 3 of us, and we stay and stand our ground, even if it means taking an ass beating. That's the difference between those of us on the right and those of them on the left. And I'm not advocating violence in any capacity. But as I stated, you just observe the situation with Islam, and you observe how everybody is capitulating to them all over the world. In every capacity. Listen, this is America. We should be able to make fun of anybody we want. And that's why I do what I do on this show. This is a freedom of speech. I should and could create any criticism of anybody. And I should not have the threat of death upon me because I criticized the Prophet Muhammad, or I criticized the Quran, or I criticized the 5 times a day these morons have to pray and all this other crap. I criticize the hijab being a symbol of woman subjugation. But you see, as I've stated, folks, Islam obviously, through their violence, shows that violence can be effective. And I'd like for you all to think about that on this Baller Friday, because sometimes some of us that feel that we have nothing can actually make things happen by doing something in a capacity that will shut the fucking left up. I mean, these leftists, all of them, they have no fear to say what they want to us. They have no fear of what they have to say to the right, to the capitalist, to Trump, to our president, to Republicans, to anybody they hate. They have no problem. They have no fear of us. They have no fear of us. But do you hear them talking that way against Islam? Do you hear them talking that way in any capacity towards Islam? No, they don't. And that's why you have this merger between the left and Islam, because the left is attempting to use Islam as muscle. And, of course, everybody is obliging. Anyway, we got a call here before last call. So let's see if this person has the goddamn money.
Ghost from True Capitalist Radio's official hotline.
Extension number. The credit card has been
okay, all right. Well, keep doing it, you stupid cheap bastards. I'm telling you, I'm going to file against you idiots, and we're going to find out who you are, and we're going to charge you idiots with fraud, because that's what happens when you use a card and you continuously try to use it and it ain't valid, or you're trying to use somebody else's card, you stupid idiots. Not only are you committing credit card fraud, you're on the telephone, you're committing wire fraud, you stupid jag-offs. So use your own credit card and stop being an idiot and, give me a break. Jesus Christ. Anyway, listen. It's a Baller Friday, all right? I'm a little parched. I want to go ahead and I want to drink some beer here. I want to say thank you to everybody that's listening to me on the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. Believe me, man, we're building from the ground up again. This is true independent radio. And if I could have you all please spread this show link around like wildfire, baby. Tell everybody you know about it. All right? Now give me about 30 minutes or an hour, because I will then upload this broadcast to the 24-hour stream, and I'll upload it to the archives, so that everybody who listens to it in the archives, and folks, believe it or not, that's where the majority of the people who listen come from. They actually listen to the archives, for Christ's sake, man, and that's where the majority of our listeners come from, and I love it. I love the fact that we've got people that listening to us in the archive. As a matter of fact, what's going on to the people in the archive, baby? Anyway, look, next week I hope to have the mixer all plugged in. We can patch in the chat room. We're going to be taking some, if you don't want to call up for 99 cents a minute, you can join our chat room right now. And if you've got something to say to me, next week I'm going to have the technology and the ability to patch you into the broadcast from the chat room. So anybody in the chat room has something to say, I'll be able to patch you in. It'll be a whole new feature. Hopefully that'll be up by Monday. But that's what we're going to do. So once again, you'll have two ways of calling up the show. You'll either call up on the line for 99 cents a minute, or you can request some time to discuss some things on the True Capitalist Radio Show by being patched in via the chat room. All right, and hopefully we have the mixer by next week, and hopefully that all squares itself away, and we can patch everybody in and stuff like that. All right. Anyway, guys, I want to thank you all on this Baller Friday. I don't even feel like. Let me take a couple of minutes. Let me drink a couple of beers with you guys. Let me take a couple of minutes. I just like being independent, man. I like being independent. It makes me giddy. There's nothing that no one can do to me. And listen, I know a lot of people in here, or a lot of people, I should say, out there on the internets have suggested that I've gotten a lot more vulgar. Oh, Ghost, you've gotten a lot more vulgar since you've gotten independent. You got a lot more vulgar. Listen, I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. I'm going to start saying a fuck or a shit every now and then. And that's why I'm trying. I'm just, listen, this is man talk, all right? I'm trying to exemplify points. I am an appreciator of the First Amendment, and that's why I'm saying what I'm saying. I don't care, right? I am a free speech advocate, and that is what I'm promoting when I'm promoting this goddamn show, all right? That's what I'm promoting. Free speech, for Christ's sake, man. And I'm loving every minute of it. And each and every one of you that are listening to me outside of the United States, you all should know that if I can get away with this type of speech for 10 years, that this is the land of free speech. This is the land of free speech. Anyway, let me take a chug of this beer. Let me take a chug of this beer first. Good stuff. And by the way, I'm going to be in the True Capitalist Radio chat room right after the broadcast, all right? I'll be in there at around 10 p.m. I'm going to kick back. I got to go ahead and upload the show. I got to do a bunch of stuff, but I will be in the True Capitalist Radio chat room. If you want to come in and you want to join us, well, by God, all you got to do right now is go to my Gab right now. Go to my Gab! Check out my Gab! Politics Ghost. All one word, no underscores, Politics Ghost. And click the subscribe for premium content. And once you hit subscribe for premium content, private message me on Gab and give me your Discord chat name, and I will give you an exclusive invitation to the True Capitalist Radio chat room. I will be in there live. And for those folks that are wondering about the inner circle slots, look, Sunday, I think this is how this is going to go down, okay? I'm going to make a video for Gab. And on that video, you will be able to, appreciate or donate or whatever the case might be. Well, that's how you will be able to join the inner circle more likely than not, because it's the easiest transaction method. Gab is very cool about, the transactions. I mean, they've been very cool about the money, etc. So I'm trusting Gab right now. Not to mention, I want to support Gab. It's an independent social media operation. So what will probably happen is this. I will make a video telling people, hey, if you want to join the inner circle, this is how you do it, and you would appreciate or donate to that video in question the amount necessary to join the inner circle, and then I'll know that you donated. I'll see it right on the Gab stats, and then I'll just message you, and like I said, I will not only give you a link to the inner circle chat room, but I'll also give you some autographs. I always give autographs to the new Inner Circle members. And moreover, this is a perfect time to join the Inner Circle as well, folks. I mean, this is around the time in which the Inner Circle started heavily investing in cryptocurrency last year, in 2017, and they held, and that's why you hear a lot of people in the Inner Circle stating that, hey, I got 40,000, I got 50,000, I got 100,000, Capitalist of the Year, Capitalist Cap, he got 480,000 for 2017, etc. I mean, this is the perfect time. The cryptocurrency prices are low. The stock market's hot. It's Trump's economy. The jobs are plethora. We've got a bunch of brilliant people in the Inner Circle. It is a brilliant think tank. I can go on and on, man. We've got about 9 or 10 Inner Circle members that are incorporated, that are making a full-time living off of trading cryptos and stocks. We've got some major people, and that's why I want to keep it sacred, baby. I want to keep it sacred. I want to keep it sacred. Now, I know that I said I would accept crypto for the Inner Circle, but right now, man, the cryptocurrencies are too erratic. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I could literally be charging something today, and the damn thing drops 20%, and then I'm just stuck like Chuck. So it's one of those things. That's the only reason why crypto at this point in time is, I have accepted it in the past for Inner Circle slots. I'm a little apprehensive at this time. And the reason is because, as I stated, it's just too volatile, man. I mean, if I was a business and I accepted cryptocurrency, it's so volatile right now. I want to be honest with you. I paid a guy $20, in Ethereum 2 days ago for a little job that he did for me, right? That Ethereum 2 days ago was worth $20. Today it's probably worth about $14. So, just for holding it, he kind of lost money. So that's the kind of crap I'm talking about, So that's why we're probably going to have to go through the whole method that I was discussing earlier about going through Gab. And Gab is a secure transaction. Don't worry, they're safe. They're a great company. They're a trusted company. They've got my information, man. They haven't done anything with it. They're a good company. So that's why, and not to mention I want to support Gab. They've supported me. They've allowed me to do what I want to do, say what I want to say. They're a free speech venue. And I want to support things that are going to support free speech. So, I just wanted to give the 411 that are out there that are interested in the Inner Circle slots. That's all, man. And we'll possibly put something up Sunday. And look, this Sunday, I'm thinking we will have a anti-Mother's Day edition of the True Capitalist Radio this Sunday. Now, what time? You'll have to watch my Gab at Politics Ghost to figure out the time, but we are having an anti-Mother's Day edition of the True Capitalist Radio this Sunday. So I hope that you all put it on your calendars. I hope that you all make it in and listen to me. Hey, invite your mothers as well. Especially if you got a single mother, invite your mother to listen to the anti-Mother's Day edition of the True Capitalist Radio Show. It will be family entertainment, to say the least, all right? It'll be family entertainment. If y'all ever heard the last anti-Mother's Day editions, you know that I'm being a little facetious, all right? Anyway, folks, thank you very much for chilling with me on this Baller Friday. I appreciate each and every one of you that are listening to me, whether live or in the archive. I love it. I love each and every one of you, even those that hate me. Even though that they hate me and they think I'm a piece of crap, hey, keep listening, baby. Keep listening. I love you. You my brothers. You my brothers out here. And not to mention the Inner Circle. I'm telling you, I'm going to see these guys. We're going to meet each other. We're thinking sometime in the summertime. But we'll see. Who knows? Who knows what will happen? Only the Inner Circle will know. And if you're going to want to be a part of that, take a look Sunday, see what happens. Anyway, folks, thank you very much for tuning in with me. Thank you to the True Capitalist Radio chat room. We got a full packed house. I will be in there a little after 10 p.m. tonight and chill with you guys, drink with you guys, talk to you guys, do some tomfoolery, that sort of thing. If you want to go and be a part of it, you know what to do. Go to Politics Ghost right now. hit the subscribe for premium content button, and once you do, private message me with your damn Discord name. It's that simple. Anyway, I will be here this Sunday. I don't know, should it be 6:30? Yeah, maybe we'll just make it 6:30. It's, or 6, 6 o'clock, something of that nature. You'll follow me on Gab. You'll find it. All right, we are definitely doing an anti-Mother's Day edition. There ain't no bullshit about that. We got to let these mothers know a thing or two about a thing or two. All right, we got to make sure these mothers know that great, you shitted out another kid. Great. What do you want for that now, you silly slut? You skankosaurus slut bag? What do you want for that? What do you want, diamonds? You want diamonds for that? Oh, let's take care of Ma. Look, I don't want to get into it now. Listen, Sunday, you know it. I know it. I'm going off on mothers, especially single mothers. I'm going off on autists. I'm going off on it all. This Sunday, be here. I hope you are live. We're thinking about 6 p.m. 6 p.m. or 6:30. Anyway, folks, thank you for tuning in with me. I'm getting the hell out of here. I'm celebrating my Baller Friday. I'm kicking back with the True Capitalist Radio chat room. And hopefully we have some pretty good, decent tomfoolery, to say the least. Anyway, give me some time. Give me about 30 minutes or an hour, and I will put this episode up on the 24-hour stream, and I will also put it for download on MP3 in the archive. Once again, add to your favorites and bookmark the official website of the True Capitalist Radio chat room, ghost.report. All right? That's what you type in your browser right now, ghost.report. Anyway, thank you guys for chilling in here with me. I will see you guys Sunday for the anti-Mother's Day edition. Long live the capitalist army, and death to feminism, death to socialism, and death to communism. I'm out of here. Long live the capitalist army.